You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
A new era for American cricket began in 2021.
There it goes into a dive! What again?
The rise of cricket was celebrated across the country. Now, with big wickets and even bigger hits, the stars of minor league cricket are back and better than ever.
Primus goes huge!
Don't miss the nation's largest league competing for the biggest prize in American cricket. The Toyota Minor League Championship returns this summer, live on Willow TV.
You can't keep us away from this beautiful venue, the Atlanta Cricket Fields, where the action continues in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. Perfect day for cricket. We've had it already, a blockbuster game number 1 here on this Super Saturday. And of course, coming up to you now, slightly delayed start. The Atlanta Fire team sit in second position of the Southern Division, up against the Orlando Galaxy, who've been struggling in this tournament, struggling for wins, and will be looking to write a new history page in this weekend over the course of the 2 games. Well, earlier today, the Raptors pulling out all the stops to pick up a gutsy win against the Lightning, which makes things even more interesting. The Raptors only on 9 games so far. They've got 2 in hand on the Lightning and already up to 13 points. The 2 teams, the Fire and the Raptors, putting pressure on that Atlanta Lightning team. It's already between those top 3 in terms of who will be in those final 2 spots for the playoffs. Well, my good friend alongside me, Aman Patel. Aman, your home team coming through, pulling through with a huge win in that game. What do you think that means now for this Southern Division and how things stack up?
We always knew it was going to be a tight race, Nick Hill, in this Southern Division, just because of the way all 3 teams are stacked up. They have matchups against each other from the final 2 weeks, and for more so to get that win, propelled them to 13 points with 2 games to go against the Lightning, who already played 11. Now you head back to Church Street Park, and you're right in the thick of it. They have 1 more game against the Atlanta Fire, and it puts more pressure on the Fire and the Lightning, who have to go out.
Yeah, it's an important game for both these teams. The Galaxy will know that on times when they've played the Atlanta Fire twice in this tournament, they've been defeated pretty badly in both occasions. The Atlanta Fire scoring over 200 both times. In those cases, they batted first. Today, the Orlando Galaxy winning the toss and electing to bat. So trying to sort of change history in terms of what's gone on previously in this tournament. The very first game for the Fire was against the Galaxies in Fort Lauderdale, and they'll have their work cut out for them. The Atlanta Fire want to take early wickets. They're without 2 international stars in the likes of Stephen Taylor and Aaron Jones. But before that, the Orlando Galaxy.
Yeah, with the Orlando Galaxy, a team that hasn't played a lot of cricket together just because of the way the weather is. But Dimitri Adams, a big offseason acquisition for them. He's going to have to come through in a big way with both bat and ball in hand. And Mitul Patel has been in such good form throughout this minor league cricket championship and has really been an unsung hero for the Orlando Galaxy. Watch those 2 guys throughout the day here for Orlando.
Yeah, in terms of the Atlanta Fire, I mentioned it previously. They're without their 2 internationals in Stephen Taylor and Aaron Jones, but they do have the power of Raheem Cornwall, who's been unstoppable. They've also got Jamar Hamilton, a man that plays at a very high level back in the West Indies, the captain of the Leeward Islands, and of course, then Zain Saeed, the captain, Corne Dry, and of course, the left-arm spin of Amila Aponzo. So, the Atlanta Fire losing the toss, asked to bowl first. We have seen this venue, especially the Fire themselves, like to chase. Here, their second position. They've had a no result in their 9 games, but they've won 6 and only lost 2. 1 against the Stallions and 1 against the Atlanta Fire. For the Galaxy, who just currently sit on 7 points, you think, Aman, qualification pretty much out of the question, but still a chance to pick up some wins and help help the momentum and growth of their younger players for next season. Raheem Cornwall is a man that they'll want to dismiss. Boy, has he caused terror when he's played against this Galaxy team.
Yeah, hit 16 sixes in an innings in minor league cricket already, so he's been explosive. And as you said, for the Orlando Galaxy, just want to get out of the season on the right foot, head into the right direction as they head into year number 3. Again, year number 1 was spoiled because of weather. Year number 2 just haven't found the right groupings, so they're just looking for year number 3 now.
Mitul Patel out in the middle for the Orlando Galaxy. We'll be looking now to get off to a good start. He's the leading run scorer for this Galaxy team in this tournament. So we'll be looking to get his team off to a good start in this power play. Of course, winning the toss, bowling first. Of course, this premium coverage brought to you by our corporate partners, Toyota, Sunoco, Dafa News. Cornet Dry, the second leading wicket taker in the 2021 edition of this minor league. With the new ball in hand, first delivery, here we go. Starts with the pace. You can already hear the chirping in the field of fire. A team that's come in with a lot of momentum. A huge win last weekend against the Atlanta Lightning. We're now falling to 2 defeats in 2 games. You can see already starting with that bit of extra pace, Cornet Dry. They're winning that by 6 wickets. They chased down that 193 in some fashion, the fire. So they'll already have their tails up. Will be very confident about the way they were able to go about things last weekend. But they want to rectify that bowling performance because they conceded 193 runs. Mind you, it was a very good batting lineup. In the air, could be the very first wicket for the Atlanta Fire. It is. Someone completes the catch, and Cornet Dry does this so often, picks up wickets for this team. Already 1 in the wickets column.
A huge start this. We already talked about Mithil Patel, the leading run scorer for the Orlando Galaxy, just looking to work it into the leg side. All they could do was chip it straight up to the man at mid-on, and the first wicket goes. Cornet Dry strikes straight away. And with just 2 deliveries old here in this first innings, 0 for the loss of 1.
Mithil Patel walking back without troubling the scores. Early trouble for the Orlando Galaxy, a team that have been bowled out twice when they faced this Fire team, once for 141. The other time, they were restricted to 115 to 6. Both those games were, of course, at the Lauder Hill venue. So, new opportunity for them in the venue. Dimitri Adams comes to the middle. A lot to prove this season for Dimitri Adams. 24 in the last game in a way, match-winning performance. What a win that was last weekend. They'll also have their tails up, beating the Mooresville Raptors, who we just saw earlier today. Were able to get such a crucial win, and they show how strong of a team they were. So the fact that the Galaxy could beat them tells you that they can sort of churn out those types of performances. The early wicket won't help their cause. Slip in place for Cornet Dry. But this is why Dimitri Adams has come to the middle. Cornet Dry going full. It was a full toss. Really would back himself, Mithil Patel, to put that away inside the power play, but just didn't get any timing on it. Just easy catch.
Yeah, just trying to work it into the leg side, and we'll hear from Dane Pete later today, but he calls the low full toss the most underused delivery in all of T20 cricket, and right there it paid dividends for Cornet Dry.
Oh yes, Dane Pete, the captain from the Raptors, who just played a superb innings to win that game. The first game we had of the action here in Atlanta. He'll be joining us throughout this broadcast, both today and tomorrow. So great to hear from the skipper. Cornet Dry already in the wickets. It's been a sort of up and down start to the tournament for him. He's picked up 11 wickets. He's been on a tad on the expensive side, but 30 in 2021, many will remember. Average of 14. It told you how lethal he was for this Fire team. This season has been a bit tougher to start, but you just always know, I mean, when you have him as a captain, always know that you're in with a chance of taking and picking up those crucial wickets.
You always feel confident with Cornet Dry, and Again, what he can do with the bat as well, can come in and slog, but with the ball, get some decent nip off the wicket, and on this kind of matting, on this artificial wicket, gets a lot of extra balance with the pace and the height that he comes in with. Again, tad on the expensive side this year, but always amongst the wickets, and that's what you need if you're the Atlanta Fire. You already started with one.
See corner drive, just trying to get the field right. He has that man at deep fine leg. I can tell you, probably looking to bowl very straight. Attack the stumps of Dimitri Adams early on. Goes down the leg side, goes through Jamar Hamilton as well, and it's going to be 4. Taking an awkward bounce before it gets to the keeper. Always difficult to mitigate. Important runs for the Galaxy.
Yeah, you said he was going to start straight that time, just 2 straight. And went all the way 5 wides and freebies for Dimitri Adams in this Orlando Galaxy side, who again will be feeling a little bit of pressure losing that initial wicket. But this is going to be another important bat here for the Orlando Galaxy. Dimitri Adams scored so many runs for the Empire State Titans last year in minor league. They're going to need him to play a match-winning knock here.
Well, here's the synthetic surface that we're playing on in Atlanta. So interesting how it's made. I watched the process this morning. Almost rose back onto his stumps. Dimitri Adams, very fortunate. Could have easily been a second in the over for the Atlanta Fire. End of the first, 6 for 1. A batting lineup that hasn't produced consistently for the Orlando Galaxy. They'll need to today. Last weekend they got to 125 and it proved to be enough against the Raptors. They'll want much more than that. Seeing the last 2 games on this venue, the teams batting first scoring in excess of 185. So by that margin, they'll want to ensure that they can get at least past 170. Not going to be easy though after they lose that early wicket. You look at their batting performances of this tournament, Aman. They've only crossed 150 once. That was against the Fort Lauderdale Lions in a losing cause. Sorry, make that twice. Once against the Morrisville Raptors as well. So it has been a struggle. Everett Dyer. Straight back over the bowler's head. Gonna be runs inside this power play. Great way for Ahmed to open up his account. Dyer just too full. Easy pickings.
Yeah, we see Dyer operate on a length, but this time just too full to start the over off, and stand and deliver for Nasser Ahmed. Just had to free his arms, and as straight as you like, back down the ground for 4.
Everett Dyer will know this venue very well. Would have obviously represented the Atlanta Lightning last season. Picked up 13 wickets. Could it be a second? It is a second. Zain Saeed, the captain, takes the catch. The Atlanta Fire well in their work. They've already got 2 early wickets. And after the 1 boundary, Ahmed looking to go big again. No real timing this time. Easy catch.
We talked about it. Dyer operates on a length, and first delivery missed it. This time hits his length completely. Jumps up on Nasser Ahmed, and all he could do, chip it to short cover. An easy catch. And the Atlanta Fire, they're all over at the moment. The second wicket goes, 10 for the loss of 2.
Thank you guys. You got the momentum here, fellas.
So already in at number 4. New batter to the crease for the Orlando Galaxy. Wouldn't have expected this after winning the toss, batting first. But what a start. A dream start for the Atlanta Fire, who, after seeing that game earlier today, seeing the Lightning, who are above them in the Southern Division, win, they'll feel very good about that, because obviously only 2 teams can get through to... Of course, only 2 teams can get through to the playoff section of this tournament. Rohit Dutchin comes to the middle. Still slip in place for Everard Dyer. Bowling over the wicket to the left-hander, pushing the ball across him. Another dot delivery. It's always interesting to see some seamers, the angle that they prefer. Many don't like to give that sort of width to a left-hander. Here's the wicket again. Everard Dyer back into the pitch. Just looking to turn it into the onside. Easy catch for Zain Saeed. And a second wicket for the Atlanta Fire, who started red hot, pun intended.
And Everard Dyer so consistent. Just going to continue to, again, keep it on a length and dare the batters take him over the top.
And I tell you, you and Faisal Shah are very hard taskmasters. I've just been on a roll with the puns. Red hot start for the Atlanta Fire. And no one has taken me on. Come on, man. Aman, man. Need better from you.
A little bit too young for dad jokes, Nikhil. You know, I've only 19 years of age, so I still got a ways to go before I get into those dad jokes. But you know what? Next time you pull one off, I'll make sure to congratulate you. Give you a little bit of extra support.
I just got in the best one of them all. A galaxy of jokes from our producer.
That's the best one. That for sure is the best one. That one will get a laugh.
Well, Dyer will be very happy with this over, even though he began with a boundary. The way he's come back, taking the wicket, and then strung together 3 dot deliveries. We saw both power plays in the first game today go for 46 and 59 runs. Going into the pitch again. Excellent over for the Fire. Just the 5 runs conceded and a wicket taken. 11 correction for 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, तेरे घर लाने का।
My son is so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, just the one over for Cornet Dry at the top, and it's going to be Raheem Cornwall, the man that they've acquired as their marquee player for this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. Beautiful day at the Atlanta Cricket Fields. We had some inclement weather last night. I sat down in my hotel room of mine and I wondered, I saw all this lightning, not the Atlanta lightning, lightning from the sky. Saw thunder, or heard thunder, you can't see thunder. And probably why the thunder was rolling, because Raheem Cornwall's turned up to the Atlanta Cricket Fields. The way this man has struck the cricket ball in the first 9 games, wherever he goes, I can tell you, that thunder rolls, because this man has made a huge impact. Toyota Tundra-like player. Interesting, he starts around the wicket to Dutchin, the left-hander. Slip in place as well. Just 2 allowed outside the circle, remember, inside the first 6 overs.
Yeah, we saw him last week against the left-handers. Keep it quick, keep it angling into the stumps, and not give the batters any room to free their arms.
Okay, getting some extra bit of bounce, the tall man. Such an experienced campaigner, Raheem Cornwall. 57 T20s. Obviously plays for the St. Lucia Kings, making the switch over to the Barbados Royals for this 2022 edition of the CPL. Everard Dyer was almost in with a shout to take that wicket. Instead, it goes through him, and it will be a boundary. First for Dutchin.
A much-needed boundary here for the Orlando Galaxy. Things are just getting out of hand. If that one had ended up finding the hands of Everard Dyer, would have been a dire situation. You take a look at this one. Just caught his aerial, and just away from Dyer, backward point. Ends up being 4 to Rohit Dutchin.
Don't worry, Aman, I caught that effort. A dire situation. Tell you, boy, when it comes to puns, you can't fly by me. I'm well advanced, sharpened. I just could not wait for the action this weekend. Sat down, counted not only the days, the hours, the minutes for the enticing cricket that we had, because we know the importance of these 4 matches. Again, there's a deep cover in place. but he's just able to get it over the infield. The positioning was so right from Dutchin, who was able to get it sort of in that long off region. He's able to beat the infield and get another boundary in the over.
Yeah, this one looked more convincing off the bat of Rohit Dutchin. It would climb the bounce, and again, the deep cover's there, but he pushes it well in front of him. No chance for deep cover. And 4 runs, 4 more runs, and again, some pressure now on to Rakeem Cornwall. After a brilliant start, Galaxy just reeling things back.
I was just making the point, when you look at how close the teams in this Southern Division have been, is why it just makes the action this weekend such a grand affair. End of 3, a good over for the Galaxy, 8 from it, 19 for 2. Well, wherever you are in the world, welcome to the 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. Already 2 early wickets for the Atlanta Fire, removing the opening pair, both Mito Patel and Nasir Ahmed. Everard Dyer, who picked up a wicket in his very first over, comes back into the attack, looking for a second, looking to continue to make inroads into this Galaxy lineup. Almost heard a noise on the way through to Jamar Hamilton. Everard Dyer has picked up 7 wickets. Been on the expensive side. Economy of over 9 per over, but he does have that ability to take wickets that he showed last season for the Atlanta Lightning team at this very venue.
Yeah, when you look at Everard Dyer, again, doesn't do anything special, doesn't do anything that just pops off the charts.
Okay.
Just keeps it nice and simple. And just makes the batsman work from there, work off of that length and score. We saw in the first matchup today, on to stumps, on a length, was hard to put away. And Dyer's been doing it all season long.
Dimitri Adams yet unable to find his timing. Another dot delivery. Just wonder today, Aman, the Atlanta Fire, you mentioned at the beginning, without Aaron Jones and Stephen Taylor, who are away in Scotland on international duty, how much comes down on the shoulders of Rakeem Cornwall, Jamar Hamilton? Big swing and a miss. Again, from Dimitri Adams, who's yet to find the middle of the bat.
Hey, you can take a look here, just trying to come down and use his feet, get to the pitch. It's that nagging length there from Dyer. He saw the length early, pulled it back.
Yeah, Cornwall and Jamar Hamilton, so important to this Fire team. They've both been in the runs. The 2 leading run scorers for this Fire side in the first 9 matches. Just wonder though, can someone else make a difference, especially with the ball in hand? Just ease the burden off those 2, especially when they do come to chase this total. So far, so good for the Atlanta Fire. Just 1 run conceded in the over thus far.
Yeah, and I think the mainstay, as you see, the camera crew has been giving you all these wonderful pictures.
Excellent over from Everard Dyer and the Atlanta Fire. End of 4, 21 for 2. Well, you look at the 2 power plays previously that when the Galaxy faced the Fire, they lost 2 wickets in the first game and 3 for just 24 runs the last time these 2 teams met. So they have struggled previously against the Atlanta Fire early on. Already today losing 2 wickets, Raheem Cornwall back into the attack. Already just bowled 1 over, went for 8 runs. This will be runs short, very short from Cornwall. And Dutchin has already found the boundary twice, make that 3 times today.
Yeah, Dutchin's been able to get on top of the bounce very nicely here at Atlanta Cricket Fields. There's been some extra bounce on offer, but he got onto it quickly, got onto the back foot quickly. And in this power play, no deep mid-wicket and 4 easy runs for Dutchin and the Orlando Galaxy.
Yeah, not the length that Cornwall will want to go to with just 1 fielder in the onside. Of course, in the power play, you're only allowed 2 outside the circle. He's only got 1 sort of at that deep mid-wicket region. So you have to be sort of full. You have to be attacking that off stump. That is picked up, and picked up well, all the way for the first maximum of the innings for the Orlando Galaxy. Huge hit.
That's an unbelievable shot, this, from Rohit Dutchin. We talked about him being able to get onto the length. This time it's pitched up for Raheem Cornwall. And Rohit Dutchin gets down on a knee and takes it over the top. Fielder was there, but it didn't matter. Take a look at this. Again, pitched up. And an unbelievable stroke, this, from Rohit Dutchin.
Almost could premeditate the length because he just was able to pounce on a shorter delivery. Knew Cornwall would want to go full, and with the field he has, you could almost predict that he was going outside the off stump. So Raheem Cornwall now under pressure. Not often you hear that phrase. Now what field does he have? He's got 1 fielder on that boundary in the onside, and the other at long on. Ball spinning back in to the right-hander, and of course away from the left-hander Rohit Dutchin. Probably why Cornwall's bowled his second over in the power play. To try and attack with the ball spinning away.
And you can see Rohit Dutchin just wanting to sweep at that one. Just spun away. It was a good length there. Raheem Cornwall just mixing it well. You can see how quickly he was ready to sweep. Got the hands away.
Much improved from Cornwall since those 2 boundaries, but it's going to be more runs. It doesn't matter. So big over for the Orlando Galaxy. Just what they needed to get them back on track after a couple expensive overs where they lost 2 wickets up front.
They can just string in line this time, down the leg side, and just helped around the corner. And Rohit Dutchin's really taking a liking now to Raheem Cornwall.
Yeah, that's where he's got to be, Raheem Cornwall's on that length, on a good length. Very tough to score from, so got to find that bit more consistent. He'll be disappointed because he's a reliable option with the ball in hand, with his experience, his main forte. And of course, T20 bowling so different from the longer format. Big over for the Orlando Galaxy, as they are able to get 14 runs from the over, 35 for 2. And a commentary change. Shaw Faisal to take you through the next 5 overs. 10 overs, correction.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, तेरे घर लाने का। 1, 2, 3।
Run chase is on. Atlanta Fire really looking make out early inroads. Good looking stroke there on the up. Over the infield and a boundary. Orlando Galaxy have found some rhythm in the last couple of overs.
Yeah, Dimitri Adams, he's just been struggling a bit to get things going, and finally gets onto one. This time from corner dry, and just used the pace, helped it over the top, and got 4 runs.
First half of the power play wasn't really good for Orlando Galaxy. Big over, previous one from Raheem Cornwell, and now against Kone Dry. Target that back of a length, strength of his.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you see that time. Went down, back of a length, and that's the length. That's just been troubling Dimitri Adams, who was able to get it away and bring Rohit Dutchin.
Atlanta Fire really rely on good spell from Kone Dry in the power play. It may not be just the 2-over spell, because they like to rotate their bowlers, use as many bowlers as possible in the power play, not allowing the batters to settle. This one is not a clean connection, just enough, I think, to trickle it over the fence. It does just now. Once again, Kone Dry's hard length, no timing, but just enough bat to earn him another boundary.
Yeah, Rohit Dutchin, he's climbed the short ball quite well. This one didn't get onto it. But in this power play, no fielder back in the deep, straight. He's able to just get it over the top, and it trickles away. 4 more, and Rohit Dutchin starting to get the boundaries flowing for the Orlando Galaxy.
Again in the air. Is it Leap? No, Dry decides to get to it. Leap was coming from mid-off, but Kone Dry got back in time and caught it safely. That hard length paying rich dividends. No timing whatsoever, and Dutchin will have to depart.
That length has been so nagging. Again, just rises. Rohit Dutchin got lucky with it, the ball previous. This time, completely top-edged it, and Kone Dry didn't want anyone to come and get it but himself. Did all the hard work. He gets the reward. 44 for the loss of 4 now.
Shabaka Macklin is the new batter in. Anytime they say in a T20 game, Aman, if you lose 3 wickets inside the power play, it's more likely that you'll finish on the losing side. Orlando Galaxy, who looking to build a partnership, found some momentum, but loss of that 3rd wicket will really peg them back. 44 for 3 inside the power play.
That's middle.
That brings out Shabaka Macklin, and again, just haven't seen a lot from this Orlando Galaxy side all throughout the tournament. They haven't been around much, whether it's rain or whether there's other factors that lead to them just not having that fluency. And Shabaka Macklin just looking to make a name for himself here, the tail end of this season.
In that length, but wrong line on that occasion from Kone Dry. Allows Macklin to get off the mark. Man, Orlando Galaxy were here in Atlanta a couple of weeks ago. As we look at Kone Dry's latest strike, at that intent, he bangs the ball in, gets quite a lot of bounce, but also the line wasn't right for that shot. He had to drag the ball all the way from outside the off stump. No control whatsoever. And once Dry called for it, it was curtains for Dutchin. Pace and bounce. It's running in really hard. He prefers that top end of the ground. Plenty of bounce. Another very, very good over from Kone Dry. Power play done and dusted. 45 for 3.
Take a look at the batting card. It's been a sorry tale so far for the Orlando Galaxy. Not much going their way. They lose their star battle, Mito Patel, and just a second delivery of the innings. Nasser Ahmed, quickly goes 5 for 5. And you still have Dimitri Adams there, Rohit Dutchin, 28 from 19. You take a look at the bowling.
Kone Dry with 2 wickets. That's his job up front. Create that early panic, get the early breakthroughs. Everett Dyer, who's had a hot and cold season so far, started off very nicely. Wicket under his name as well. But this will be interesting. Atindra Subramanian, he's one of the youth of Atlanta Fire. Came along very nicely last year as well. And he pretty much held on to his place because he provides that control in the middle period. Very, very good temperament as well.
And another 19 player, Atindra, got the opportunity to see him in the minor league youth championships and the junior championships. And again, he's a good bowler in his own right. 23 wickets across 23 matches. That's, of course, through 2 years in the league. He's always amongst the wickets and the control. Pulls a lot of the cutters, the slower deliveries, keeps it all around that length as well.
Knocked him over, first up. That's the line and length, the discipline from the young man. He's really perplexed the batter. And this is Atindra Subramaniam at his very best.
You see it here. He hit that nagging length that we've talked about and just goes straight through the defenses. You can take a look here. Just looking to fend it away in between bat and pad. The little gap there takes advantage, and Atindra, he strikes straight away. 45 for the loss of 5.
Orlando Galaxy, the ship is rocking at the moment. Atlanta Fire, like I was mentioning, Atindra Subramanian is not in the team because he's 19. He's in the team because he's a very, very skillful bowler. In the first instance, really bowled that line and length and knocked the stumps over.
Again, he's just so very consistent. Again, take another look at this wicket. First ball into the match for him. Right on a good length. And again, just a little bit in nip. Goes straight through the defenses. And as they say, the top of off is where you want to aim, where you want to hit. I think Subramanian does just that.
On his very first delivery. Can't ask for any more than that. Any bowler's delight, top of off.
And that'll bring out Manav Patel into the middle to come and bat. He's had some partnerships with Mito Patel, but again, just got off to a couple starts, never really was able to convert. He'll be looking to convert here in the Galaxy. They'll need him to do so.
Playing a miss once again. He's added a yard of pace as well. As his body's developing, getting stronger. Manav Patel, looks like he was late on it. No clue whatsoever.
Yeah, just kind of threw his hands at it. Again, Atindra, he's just, again, with the year of age, spent some time in the gym, and again, he's just always been consistent.
Once again, just a nervous poke at that. And looking at the way Orlando Galaxy are playing, Aman, there's no surprise where they're in the table in this group, because the three teams seems to be head and shoulders above the other two. Atlanta Lightning, Fire, and Morrisville.
Yeah, again, the Atlanta teams top the table at the moment. And the Morrisville team just at 13 points alongside the Fire. So the Fire will be hoping for a win here. They played the same number of matches. They don't want to go into tomorrow's matchup and have the same number of points as Morrisville and risk falling below.
going to ask you after this ball, how did you celebrate Morrisville's victory? I know in the comm box you're a neutral, but you're a Morrisville fan. There's no secret about that. Once again, that nagging line in length. Call is for 2, but
Same field.
not to be on that occasion. So tell me, Aman, how did you like the victory in the first game?
Well, I think for a Morrisville team and any Morrisville fan, last year got a lot of close matches that didn't go our way. This time the Raptors, they were able to get on the right side of things, and it is a big difference between what was last year and what is now this year. And I think for any Morrisville Raptors fans, it's a good sign going into the playoffs where there's always close matches. You want to have those close wins under your belt.
They definitely keep you in good stead when it comes to the knockout stages. Once again, too late, too nervous. This innings is going nowhere for Orlando Galaxy.
Can you just take a look at this right on the length, and again operating right outside the off stump. Manav Patel, all he can do is just kind of throw his hands at it half-heartedly. Lucky enough not to edge it at the moment.
Put bat to ball on that occasion. Good enough connection. Not a pretty looking stroke, but mighty effective. Will bring about the half century for Orlando Galaxy.
Yeah, that time just a little bit too full there from Athindra. The one time he's given anything full, and again, able just to throw his hands through the line. Manav Patel finally gets bat on ball.
Seven gone, 53 for 4.
You just take a look at the batting scorecard. It's a sorry tale. Again, Rohit Dutchan was the only man to really look at any good nick. 28 runs to his name, but corner dry. You see cotton bowled from him. It's Dimitri Adams and Manav Patel that have to get something going.
Look at that power play. First 5 overs were pretty quiet, 4 overs rather, and then the 5th and 6th yielded some runs, but the constant fall of wickets has really pegged them back. And now we watch Emil Alfonso coming on. The little left arm spinner, once again a very impactful player in this Atlanta Fire lineup. Every time he comes to ball, invariably he's involved in the action. 32 wickets in his minor league career.
Samuel Alfonso played for the Sri Lankan team and has made international debuts and made taken wickets, and part of the under-19 setup there. Played a lot of List A cricket as well.
Call is for 2. One thing you'll notice also that Atlanta Fire will be very, very good in the field. They know this field very well. They know their angles, and they're very good along the ground and in the air as well.
We've seen that pretty consistently from all the teams so far this weekend. The fielding has been really superb. The Raptors saving boundaries, the Lightning saving a couple of boundaries and taking some good catches. And you know at the Atlantic Cricket Fields, where it's a quick outfield, you got to give everything you can to go and save a couple of runs. You never know when those couple of runs can come back to bite you. Talk about the Raptors. Had they given up a couple of those boundaries, instead of being 3 from the last 2, could end up being 7 or 8. Different story.
The leading edge. Fumble there. Once again downhill. And get to the boundary. Runs Emil Alfonso in the action already. Allowing that ball to turn across the face of the batsman. Manav Patel got the leading edge. Got lucky in that occasion.
Yeah, just take a look at this. Again, just found that leading edge away, and again, no slip, which is surprising bowling to a right-hander. Not a lot of turn on offer. You just think someone of Emil Alfonso's caliber in this situation might just keep a slip in play.
In the air, not a clean strike at all. Leib is under it and catches it. What a wonderful take this is. It remained in the air for quite some time, but Leib had to cover about 30 yards. And in the end, had to dive forward to catch it. And this is the feature of Atlanta Fighters. We were just talking about it.
Look at this one. Try to go back down the ground. Didn't quite time it. And Leap Sarman, who's only in his second matchup here, comes in and running all the way from long on, gets it into the 30-yard circle, and you could hear the pleas from Emilio Alfonso. Please catch it. And he does. That is going to be the end of Manav Patel. 56 for the loss of 5.
Hardik Desai is the new batter in. Half the side is back in the hut. Mila Alfonso, like he's done so often, takes a wicket in his first over. Orlando Galaxy struggles continue in this year's Toyota Minor League Championship. Of course, this championship presented by Sunoco. Thank you to all our sponsors who got on board to make this happen. This is a bigger and better event than last year. Not to forget the proud title sponsors, Dafa News as well. Catch up all your news on Dafa News, including news of cricket all around the country. Minor League Championship in full swing. Heading into the business end of the season. That bounce from that angle. Jamar Hamilton behind the stumps was pretty neat.
And this is the prize wicket now. This one, of course, the wicket just to fall in Manav Patel.
Back live this time. It kept low. Excellent work once again from Hamilton.
And as I was saying earlier, this is the prize wicket. As you see the tail end of this one, Leap Sarman made a long ways, took a great catch.
Oh, lovely.
One thing with Emilio Alfonso, he's not going to give you much time between deliveries, Aman. He really rushes through his overs. We're missing Stephen Taylor, who's not part of this lineup. He does exactly the same. Emilio Alfonso up and down quickly and gets through the over really rapidly. 8 gone, 57 for 5.
1, 2, 3.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof and one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Okay. Arm over.
Atindra with skipper Zain Said. Remember, Aaron Jones is on national duty. He's a regular skipper. Zain is standing in for him.
Yeah, at the Inter Subramaniam, as you see, the lovely views here at the Atlanta Cricket Field. Again, Atlanta Fire, this is their home ground. They play a lot of cricket here. And this 17-year-old is already amongst the wickets. He's looking for a second wicket now against the Orlando Galaxy.
Line and length is his strength. And Aman, I have to tell you one thing, that last season, many a times he was called into tough situations with players of pedigree and experience in partnership against him. But what stand out was his temperament, the way he handled the pressure and execute his skills under immense pressure. That's why he's the man to keep an eye on for the future.
And he's just nagging in the way he bowls. He doesn't, again, move the ball in the air a whole lot. Doesn't get a lot of nip off of the wicket either. But it's just what he can do with the cutters. And at such a young age, to be such a skillful bowler, I think is so impressive. I think a lot of times at 16, 17 years old, you have guys who can come in and are very raw. He seems like he's very close to being a finished product, which is always so exciting.
Play and a miss. Just moves the ball inwards, then outwards. Same spot, though his line and length doesn't change. He does all that at one length. And unless you put him under pressure, he didn't even bother about bringing out his slow deliveries yet because he's in the groove and the batters are all at sea.
It's just been a dream start for the Atlanta Fire. They're all over it. If you're the Orlando Galaxy, just got to find a way to get bat on ball.
That area is well protected. Talk about this Atlanta cricket field and its surroundings. I mean, it's a beautiful setup. It's huge fields. There's multiple cricket grounds here and heap of activity of cricket in and around Atlanta, and one of the biggest academies also use these facilities. Plenty of greenery around. It's the far end of the ground where you can see thick forest. Plenty of greenery. The clouds are in, but they're not threatening as well. Wonderful settings for a game of cricket. Swim once again. How would you break this stranglehold?
Well, if you're the Orlando Galaxy, you got to hope that Dimitri Adams of 2021 comes out to play. Last year in his edition of the minor league was so effective. So far, again, hasn't been able to get much. And again, that delivery, right, pitching on off stump and just moving away. Slight nip. Again, it's just been real tight stuff here from the 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Dimitri's running hard. Wait is the call. Hardik Desai wasn't prepared for that. And the quiet over has come to an end. 9 gone, 59 for 5.
Let's go.
Dutchin with 28, the only man who could get into the double figures. That is not good enough at this standard, I'm afraid. Orlando Galaxy struggles throughout the season, struggled with their batting lineup. Once again, skipper Nasir, pretty decent, but couldn't convert any of his good form into any substantial scores on the board, and that's the reason this team is struggling.
And the Orlando Galaxy would hope to send some deliveries out to that little tower we just saw on your screen. And just send it all the way over again. The Orlando Galaxy 59 for the loss of 5. You're going to need Hardik Desai and especially Dimitri Adams to really get going.
Come, Jim. One time, Jim.
Won't be easy against the likes of Famila Ponso. They have to keep trying. Orlando Galaxy. You can't just throw in the towel. Get to a total and see what you can do. Atlanta Fire at times have struggled against the mediocre totals. I remember a game against the Philadelphians last year when they were chasing 141. They couldn't get there. And a quick single. Not to forget, Aman, Atlanta Fire have struggled with their batting lineup this season as well. And with the absence of the likes of Jones and Taylor, they would be under a little bit of pressure anyway.
And that's got to be the key thought for the Orlando Galaxy. Get runs to just flow, whether it's singles or doubles or boundaries, because you just want to test that middle order of the Atlanta Fire.
In case they're trying to rotate the scoreboard because boundaries are not available. These two batters would need time to get in, because one thing they can't afford to do is to get bowled out inside 20 overs, and there's a real possibility with the first 5 men gone.
And we talk about the way that the Atlanta Galaxy can get going. It's not like the Fire have given them anything to get going either. So tight here from Aponso.
Big swing and a miss. Once again, that change of pace, slightly variation in pace there from Aponso. He's not a big turner of the ball, but his variations with pace are pretty good. Was angling down the leg side. No big appeal there. Just another single. To the onside. Polishes in quick. Drives in quickly as well. Awkward return for the keeper. As at the halfway stage, Galaxy only reached up to 63 for 5.
Quick change, fellas. Amazing over, Amila.
Three for 5. Look at this Manhattan chart. It's really died down in the last 3 overs after the loss of quick wickets. As I've been joined in the commentary box, fresh from his heroics just a couple of hours ago, Dane Pete. A very warm welcome, Dane.
Thanks for having me, guys. Lots of fun speaking the game. It's a lot easier in the commentary box than out there.
A lot easier. Trust me, this is an easy game to talk, but not an easy game to play. And similar kind of situation you had to encounter earlier with 5 wickets down. At one stage, it looked like it was getting away from you guys, but then you forged good partnerships, and probably that will be the key in this innings too.
Yeah, really good that game, but that's in the past. We focused on the Atlanta Fire against the Orlando Galaxy. A young Atinja, very good bowler, did very well for the Atlanta Fire last year. Young kid, lots of potential, presents the seam pretty well, looks to hit the deck back of a length. That's all you can ask for as a captain.
And he's a captain's delight because I've covered a lot of his cricket in this minor league last year and this year. Every time the captain's looking for some control, he throws the ball to him. Once again, call is for 2. And he'll get there comfortably. Amila's got a bullet arm. And that ball was too far away from him to prevent the 2 runs.
Captain side really happy with that piece of fielding by Amila Aponzo. Really good cricketer, like you said. Just not a bullet arm, but very, very intelligent bowler. Left arm over, bowls good lengths, bowls good lines. I like the look of this Fire team. Lots of balance in their team.
Width on offer through the kitchen sink. A slight fumble will allow the boundary. Leap, who took a magnificent catch just a while ago, couldn't cover that one. Awkward bounce, but hit his body and ricocheted over the fence.
Yeah, the Atlanta cricket field is known to be pretty bumpy. Unfortunately for him on that occasion, he did get his body behind the ball, but the bounce took too much and clipped his thigh, by the looks of it, and trickled away for a boundary. A much-needed boundary for the Galaxy. Hopefully this gives them some momentum going into the back end of their innings.
They desperately need to break the shackles and not lose any more wickets at the same time. The big swing this time. Athindra back on his immaculate line and length, immediately correcting his errors from the previous delivery.
It's the cricket cliche, probably from the captain, by saying you bowl your good length, you let him make the mistake. Hopefully it skids on, crashes into the stumps. Playing against the Orlando Galaxy last week, actually, in Orlando, they do quite swing across the line, having played a lot of their cricket on Astro Turf. So they're going to look for anything in their zone and try to penetrate the cow corner region.
Playing a miss. Athindra once again changes it up very, very nicely, very, very cleverly. And then let me ask you this. This is a matting, and you played a lot of cricket in USA on artificial synthetic turfs. Tell our viewers what's the difference between these two.
Yeah, this is probably the most realistic that you get to turf. It's inconsistent like you get on turf. Sometimes one skids, one bounces. But probably the most realistic that you'll get playing on normal turf.
Single will finish off the over. 11 gone, 69 for 5.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, तेरे घर लाने का।
1, 2, 3. Quick change.
70 for 5. Orlando Galaxy looking to post a competitive total against the home side. On a roll, they chased down 193 against the Lightning last Sunday. Since then, like I said, Taylor and Jones have gone away on national duty. Created a couple of holes in their batting lineup.
Two exceptionally talented batsmen in Jones and Taylor. Really good players. They're a big loss for the Atlanta Fire. Bit of a misfield by Dyer, but quickly recovered. But again, there's going to be an interesting challenge between Dimitri Adams and Amila Aponzo. Amila Aponzo, really intelligent, like I said before. He'll try to be changing his pace and his length, the push and pull, as us spinners call it.
And that is his strength. Also, he likes to go into the block hole. That's one of his go-to deliveries. He got underneath that. All right. Solid enough connection. Once again goes through the hands of Lieb. When he hit it, I thought he hit it cleanly enough, but Lieb was in the game for a moment.
Yeah, he looked pretty composed under that, but just like it always happens with the weird angle that Atlanta Cricket Fields, it just drifted away, and unfortunately he couldn't get his hands under it. And I know that feeling of the boundary rope behind you, you don't know whether to take another step back.
Just one.
Sweepers back there. Will it just be a single? Yeah, you're right. When you have to keep one eye on the rope behind you, it's sometimes not easy. But he got himself into a good position, it seemed.
Yeah, really good position. That's the ideal position to get yourself into. But unfortunately, it just looked like something. It just crept a couple of yards over his eye line, which makes it very, very difficult to take that, to execute that catch.
And it's downhill as well on that side. Going backwards, back paddling. Oh, perilously close to the stumps after hitting his pad. Mila mixing it up like Dan said. This time a slower one. This time it's in the air again. Who wants it? Oh. Atlanta Fire don't normally do that. Have another look. Was there a mix-up? But it went in the air and stayed there for quite a long time.
Yes, he did the helicopter, as we call it, not the MS Dhoni version, but the fielding version. He was never quite in control of that. Did the young Atindra, but I mean, the wind probably just drifting it away from him, and his hands were never in control to execute that catch.
Get up!
Got down very nicely. He's a tall man. Conor Dry had to go a long way down. Did it well. Orlando Galaxy 79 for 5. Well gone, 79 for 5. A bit of a partnership, trying to build a platform before they can launch in the last 3 or 4 overs. Sandfire guilty of providing a couple of opportunities as well, letting go their high standards in the field.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. If you look at the Fire, they've got a couple of bowling options that they still have at their disposal. So it's an important part that the Orlando Galaxy just sort of carry themselves through this tough period, and hopefully they get to a score of 130, 140 that they can defend. That 6.58 at the moment, which is kind of, you know, in between, in the balance. So let's see how they navigate themselves through this period of the game.
That current average will take them pretty close to 130. And at this stage, they will take it. Rakeem Cornwall starts a fresh spell. What happened there?
A bit of confusion. The batsman was still looking down, I think, Faisal. It was dead ball signaled by the umpires. I don't think that counted.
A big shot. Starting to swing. And like you were saying, everything they tried to go towards the cow corner.
Yes, indeed. That's the way they played last week. They hit a couple, they connected a couple, but the change of pace for Rakeem Cornwall has been exceptional.
No. Lovely.
Excellent work once in the field. Backing up the big man. Rakeem Cornwall is not very keen. Anything other than batting and bowling, smashing them out of park and getting wickets. Quicker delivery, big shoulders.
The great thing about Rakeem Cornwall is the ball doesn't loop out his hand, it just fires in. So you can't really adjust to when he tries to bowl that Yorker length. That's a good skill of his that he has. He's got this over real one under control.
Yeah, because he's so tall, so without flood, he can be very deceptive with his pace, because it'll be very difficult for the batters to judge. And because of his strong shoulders, I think he's quicker. He doesn't have to really change his pace. It's in the air again and taken. Breakthrough for Atlanta Fire.
Beautiful piece of bowling by Rakeem Cornwall. Darted a few into the Yorker length and then bowled one probably close to about 50 miles an hour, and a big slog sweep to the cow corner. Great piece of bowling. And the Orlando Galaxy tumbling down to 79 for 6.
There you go. That was the deception that Dan was talking about. It high in the bat. Jay Patak got in the way. Neatly pouched there, but excellent bowling from the big man. Asking various questions and finally got his man. Desai gone. Galaxy 79 for 6.
The next one.
Adam Khan is the new batter.
Right on round 1, 2.
Plenty of cricket happening all around the country. You can catch all of it on Dafa News, main source for global news, weather and sports. Proud title sponsors of Toyota Minor League Championship 2022. Obviously presented by Sunoco. Leading edge. Balloons over the head of the big man.
Give a hand, guys. Give a hand.
Now the cheap over. Effective maiden from Rakeem Cornwall. 13 gone, 79 for 6.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your trousseau. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
What's up, Dad? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
How much you got left? 2? Kane, how much you got left?
79 for 6. Talk about our sponsors, good old days. You'll say you go to Sunoco, pick up your copy of Dafa News, fill up, and drive your Toyota to Atlanta Cricket Field.
Yeah.
Well, forget about picking the copy. You can download the app on your phone and follow all the news now. Mira Ponso, not giving anything away.
Yeah, just looking after his matchup with the ball spinning into the left-hander. He's just looking after his matchup, probably trying to bowl a couple of Yorkers. You can see Rakeem Cornwall's dismissal.
Spinners really rattling through between the overs. You don't have Stephen Taylor. He does the same. So if you add those three, Atlanta Fire's never going to struggle with their over rates.
Never ever. It's really tough, though, as a batting unit when you lose wickets constantly and these bowlers just keep coming and coming and coming. You don't really have a time to set yourself and try to pull yourself away out of the game. Young Adam Khan on strike now.
Plenty of noise is there from the Atlanta Fire. Yeah, Adam Khan is a very good leg spinner as well. He would like to contribute something with the bat for him to have something to bowl at later.
Yes, worked with Adam Khan in February of 2020 when I arrived, 2021, I beg your pardon, when I arrived in the country. Really good spinner, good energy, young man. I'm glad he's getting his opportunity. Hasn't played the last couple of games.
Dimitri Adams still fighting along. This one gets through the gap. Won't get to the fence though. Cornered right seems is everywhere. And this is the feature of this minor league championship. Like you're talking about Adam Khan, you can see his growth. We're talking about Atindra earlier, and I'm sure these are not the only two.
Yeah, it makes me really excited because we have a couple at the Raptors in Abhiram Bolaseti, Rawan Fatke, Aryan Shah. The list continues, yeah. There's loads of players that we try to give exposure to, not just in our team, but all around the country. And this makes me excited because we all started as young cricketers trying to get a breakthrough, and this is the perfect platform to do it.
You talk about the two from Morrisville, Rohan and Abhiram. Actually saw them before the advent of the minor league when we played a season of warm-up games where the complete season had to be abandoned because of COVID. And Rohan took a 5 for Abhiram, was sensational as well. Good to see them grow. Orlando Galaxy, 84 for 6. Dimitri Adams has been there from the beginning. And we're talking about the options that Atlanta Fire have. This is their game plan as well. They bowl their bowlers in short spells, so when it comes to the final third, the skipper has plenty of options, and that's a very good thing to do.
Yeah, spot on. Very good point. They have Everett Dyer, Cornet Dry, Atindra. They got Rakeem Cornwell, Emilio Ponzo. They've got so many bowling options at their disposal, which makes the captain's job a delight.
Floaty delivery, just asking Dimitri Adams to come at him.
Dimitri Adams has been really good for the Orlando Galaxy throughout the competition. He looks to be the core, the glue of the team, and he tries to bat through the innings.
Once again, deception there. Got beaten in flight. Just lucky enough to get something on it in the end.
Yeah, just a little bit. But a good piece of bowling from Rakeem Cornwell. It's a test match delivery by the looks of it. Just spun beautifully past the outside edge.
Again, there is nothing available for the Orlando Galaxy batters, even for the likes of Dimitri Adams.
Nine dot balls in a row, I think, Faisal.
Yeah, there you go. Spell broken, but nothing convincing. What are the boundary options? What should they look for? I mean, it just looks like a hopeless situation, but we've seen innings turn around at times. Not impossible.
Definitely they in dire need of something, some sort of momentum.
Catch it is the call. It's just in front of Emilio Ponzo, but Adam did try something different. He left his crease. Bit of proactive batting there from the youngster.
It was a real loopy ball by Rakeem Cornwell. Really tossed it up there. Trying to entice him into something different there.
Goes past the bat once again. White ball on that occasion though, but Dimitri Adams, you could clearly see the frustration. He's not been able to get the ball away. Once again, not very productive. Rakeem Cornwell bringing out all the tricks in the bag as he bowls yet another very, very good over. 15 gone, Galaxy, 87 for 6.
$87 for 6. Real trouble for the Orlando Galaxy. Just struggled to get any sort of momentum under their belt. Obviously picked up an important win last weekend against the Morrisville Raptors. And speaking of the Raptors, we've got the skipper in the commentary box. Dane Pete, what a pleasure.
Always good, Nikhil. Lead me to the promised land, sir. Good piece of work by the Atlanta Fire so far. The young Atindra always struggle with his surname, Nikhil. Just go young Atindra all the time. It's really good young fast bowler for the Atlanta Fire. Loads of potential, but this is what the minor league is all about. The Toyota minor league, I beg your pardon.
Come on, Dan, you got to get the name right. It's the Toyota 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket
Presented
Championship.
by
Sunoco, of course. And it wouldn't be possible without Dafa News on board as well for this 2022 season. Dimitri Adams, he struggled going at less than a run a ball, sorry, more than a run a ball, 30 deliveries for his 23. But the fact is he's still there in the middle. A couple of lies for him as well. Now, Dane, you were just in a similar situation. I say similar, meaning you were involved with your team's planning in the last 5 overs. If you are the Atlanta Fire, a team that you won't like too much, being one of your inter-division rivals, how do you go about this last 5 overs? What were the difficulties you faced out there in these conditions, sort of being able to close out the innings? Because it's something you did well.
Yeah, the ball does seem to travel in Atlanta. The different angles, it's difficult to sort of cut off. There was an over that young Matthew Ford bowled where we sort of struggled with the angles, 2 points out, 1 cover, then we tried to go straight at the stumps. So it's kind of difficult. But I think our power play, to be honest, set us up. So we had some leeway at the back end of the innings.
Oh, well, when I was told that Dane Pete would be joining me in the commentary box, a man that's played at the test level for South Africa, 9 test matches, this is just a mouth-watering affair for me, Dane. You know, as a young commentator in this industry, just to sit alongside you, go into the mind of a captain who's out there in the thick of things, in the heat here in Atlanta. And what a nail-biting win it was for you this morning over, of course, the Atlanta Lightning in a crucial matchup in this Southern Division. The Raptors will be in action tomorrow morning against this Fire team. Don't miss that. Could be the game of the weekend. Subramaniam again going with that variation, Dane. Something we saw bowlers not only from your team but from the Lightning as well. Here's a look at the points table, and it just tells you the story of how close this Southern Division is. In 3rd place, the Raptors, but they've got 2 games in hand on the Lightning. Definitely a win that's helped your team's chances going forward.
Yeah, without a doubt. The chat this morning at about 9:15 was to keep believing it's never over. We've got games in hand, which makes us look up rather than down, which makes things easier.
Well, I must say, not only me, Dane, but many people have reached out to me and said they never knew Dane Pete had that with a bat in hand. 48 from 34 deliveries.
It always makes things better when the people don't know about your batting ability. I do have a test 50, but that's obviously a different format that I had to block the ball. Walked in and Jadeja was on a hat-trick. It's a completely different situation, but this was very good to get over the line.
In the air for half a second. It will run down to that feed-out cover.
Nikhil, I tried to keep up with the young lingo, and we got a couple of young guys, Mohamed Abdullah, Abiram Bolesetti, and they pointed at me after the Super Over win with the ice in the veins, Aaron Rodgers point, and that's what I tried to show them today, that anything's possible, you never give up. Yeah, it was a good game of cricket. Always try to be in parts of those games.
Yeah, we saw you, boy, was special. This time in the air and taken easily. Just plucked out of the air by Zain Saeed. And it's been a trend for the Atlanta Fire in this innings. Just continuously picking up wickets. And they've really had no answers, the Orlando Galaxy, here today.
Yeah, they've done exceptionally well as a bowling unit. You can see it's well oiled. Just back of a length. Adam Khan trying to penetrate the ball over cover. Unfortunately, hitting at the toe end of the bat. Hopefully he tries to replicate his performance with the ball. Adam Khan gone for 5. The Orlando Galaxy on 91 for 7.
Yeah, hasn't been most convincing of approaches with the bat in hand from the Orlando Galaxy, a team that struggled, already losing twice to this Atlanta Fire team. Sumit Sarawat comes to the middle. Mainly known for his bowling, he's been in the wickets this season, but can he produce something with the bat? What about this knock from Dimitri Adams? He struggled in this 31 deliveries he's faced, but the main thing is that he stayed there for his team at one end. We did see something similar from yourself, from others earlier today. The value of spending time at the crease on this surface.
Yeah, it's important. I mean, he's been the glue. I was mentioning it to Faisal on air earlier. He's been the light in their batting lineup. Last week he's batted through the innings, got a 44 not out, if I'm not mistaken. He batted beautifully to keep it going. When all he needs is someone to go. I like the look of him, really composed in the way he approaches his batting, and it's really nice to see him, you know, try and take his team deep as possible. But all he needs is wickets in hand, unfortunately, and that's what's been the problem for them. But again, the Atlanta Fire have bowled really well.
Well, South Africa in the commentary box. South Africa with the ball in hand. Corner dry. Back into the attack. It was mightily impressive with the new ball early on. Gonna have to re-ball that one though. Dan, how good for the tournament is it to have 3 teams in action? This is the wicket again. Atindra Subramaniam striking on his final delivery of his spell. Just looking to up the ante, but no real power on it. How important is it to have 3 teams in this Southern Division, all fighting for these 2 spots? Look how close the battle is. 2 points separating the top 3. Tell me after this delivery.
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, it's a conference that's made up of 5 teams, so each game becomes really important. Even the cross conference games, because you're racking up games, and it's important that, you know, you try to get wins early on in the competition. But it's from a tournament point of view and from a neutral point of view, it's really exciting going in to the back end. I know next week we're down in Morrisville, and it's going to be important to win every game. You know, we're playing 4 games, 1 caught up against a catch-up game against Fort Lauderdale Lions, but then against the Atlanta teams, it's going to be really important.
Outside edge. Doesn't matter how they come at this stage. Just the important thing is that it's more runs to the tally as they inch closer to that 100 mark. Dimitri Adams, he'll take that.
Yeah, but a width for Dimitri, and Dimitri Adams likes that kind of area. Just throwing his hands, flaying his hands through the ball, beating third man to the right of him. A much-needed boundary, as you said, Nikhil, to try and keep them to that 130 mark total that they can sort of think about defending with the bowling options that they do have.
Yeah, some thinking for the Fire to do. Now under some pressure, already 5 runs from the first 2 deliveries of this over. Corner drive will want to get back in the wickets. Much better delivery. This angle though to the left-hander, something that I always find so interesting as a right-hand bowler. You can see corner drive, the right arm seamer. This angle pushing across the left-hander, is it something as a captain that you're happy about? Because it then gives sort of the left-hander that bit of extra width.
I'm kind of happy with it. If you're getting hit through the offside, that's the plan. If he sort of shuffles inside the line, flicks it over fine leg and it goes for 4, that's not the plan. So I'm happy with this angle. No, Kora's pretty well. He tries to go across the batsman and let him hit the ball into the cover point region, which is okay. But that there, no.
Runs for Adams. Atindra Subramaniam pulls out a big effort to save it. I wonder, did he get there in time? Seems to be okay. Signaled by the umpire, so saved a certain boundary there, Subramaniam. He's just bowled a big spell for his team, 4 overs. Does he get there in time? Good piece of work. Excellent piece of work, and even better camera work to get that on the premium coverage for you. Of course, the action wouldn't be possible without our corporate sponsors, Dafanu, Sunoco, and Toyota. The young man, the young talent. Again, much different in terms of the line. Yeah, it's an interesting getting back to that point, though, Dane, in terms of the angle. What about the fact that you sort of take the leg before out of play with the ball mainly pitching outside leg? You've got to be so good as a bowler to then sort of pitch that ball still an off stump.
Yeah, it's the type of bowling that he's trying to execute here. Let the batsman make a play from a good length. So he's looking for maybe a top edge across the line. He's not really looking for an LBW. He's just trying to bowl good, solid, hard dot balls at a good 4-day back of a length.
Well, a dot to end the over. 7 runs coming from it, 98 for 7. Three overs remaining in this contest. Corner Dry still got an over remaining. Expect him to bowl one of the 3. Then you look at Everard Dyer. He's got to make up. He could have made up an over. He's only used 5 options, Zain Saeed, so expect Dyer and Dry to close it out. Just the one tall tower for the Galaxy. Everything else has been less than 10 runs in the over, and it tells you how well this Atlanta Fire team is bowled. The reason that they're second in the Southern Division and a team to beat in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship.
Always makes the captain's job easier, Nikhil, where you have 5 bowlers and you can just, make your changes. You don't have to think about other options and matchups that I struggled with this morning. Just trying to, always when there's a left-right-hand combination in that's going well, you sort of think about different options. But Zain Saeed does have the opportunity just to, mix and match 5 bowlers, which makes the job really, really easy.
Straight up, in the air, catches the call, and catch it is. A good catch taken by the youngster who's there again. Subramaniam completing the catch, and it's another wicket for the Fire.
Subramanian with an unbelievable catch. It's really tough when the head's bobbling up and down. But a great piece of movement by the young man, getting his hands into a steady position and taking a very, very good catch for the Atlanta Fire. And they keep closer to bowling the Orlando Galaxy out here.
Now we know the importance of net run rate, especially in such a tightly knit group. Obviously, they've got a bat, but they'll be very happy with that. And the way that his team has gone about things, Zain Saeed just went straight up. Again, he's just so good at hitting that hard length. So tough to score from. So Sarawak not happy, gone without scoring. 98 for 8. Just a couple of starts for the Galaxy. Dimitri Adams still there battling on 30. Rohit Dutchin, 28, but other than that, it's Matthew Comrie, the leg spinner, comes to the middle. Big Jamaican influence in this Galaxy team. Matthew Comrie, Dimitri Adams, the 2 in the middle.
Good young leg spinner, Nikhil. Another one in the ranks, Adam Khan, and now Comrie. Very, very good leg spinner, good control. And that's all you look for. Bowled pretty well last week against us. Did an exceptionally good job.
Yeah.
Well, this Galaxy team missing a key piece to their batting. That's Tejaran Chandapal. 218 runs in just the 8 innings, average over 30. Everard Dyer in the wickets again at a venue where he's just been so lethal over the 2 seasons. Again on that hard length, and again very tough to hit down the ground. Good catch in the end though by the youngster, so electric in the field. Tejaran Chandapal, a big piece that will be missing from this Galaxy team. Started the season, played the first 8 matches, but then had to return to the West Indies for A-team duties. Got some runs against Bangladesh just yesterday. Short delivery, and in the air, and it's taken again. It's another one. The captain, Zain Saeed, completes the catch. And the Galaxy, well, they've really struggled with the bat in hand after winning the toss and electing to bat first.
Great piece of bowling there by the big Everard Dyer. As we say in cricket, he's bowled a heavy length. It's just rushed the young leg spinner, and he's chipped it to mid-wicket. Quite a comfortable catch by the captain, Zain Syed. He leaves for a first ball duck. The Orlando Galaxy now 99 for 9.
I just wonder, Dane, in terms of the approach from Comrie. Obviously, you don't expect him to have to do the bulk of the scoring coming in at this time, but you still got 2 full overs after this. Almost 15 legal deliveries remaining in this innings. As a captain, as a team, aren't you trying to bat that full quota of overs?
Yeah, as a captain, I would be really disappointed with that effort. It's all about getting off strike, getting the strike to the in man in Dimitri Adams. Again, he's probably frustrated out there. The last maybe 5 overs, hasn't faced enough balls to get some momentum in his innings, and that causes a lot of frustration when you start forcing things. In South Africa, we say we squeeze the the toothpaste out of the bat when you get frustrated. So it's important that the last man comes in and tries to rotate the strike to get the in-man Dimitri Adams on strike.
Disappointed with that Everett Dyer that he bowled wide, looking, of course, trying to attack the stumps and take this final wicket. Can tell you one man who will be chomping at the bit to get out there with the bat in hand is Rakeem Cornwall, because he's got 2 half-centuries against his opposition already in this tournament. Boy, I can't wait to see him back in just a couple of minutes' time, Dane. Because that man in this tournament, 36 maximums. Finally does get the single. Now Dimitri Adams on strike. He's got 2 deliveries remaining in this over. Dane Pete, put on your batter's cap. You proved yourself today with the bat in hand, so you do have the authority to tell me this is the wicket again of Matthew Comrie, looking to pull and take on, win the game in one shot. No power, straight to the man. How do you play this if you're Adams? Do you go after Dyer, or you try to play it safe and get through to the next over?
Always try to get through to the next over. You still have 14 balls left in the innings. Maybe a bit of an inside edge 4 for the number 11 for the last ball of the over. You still have strike, so hopefully just rotates the strike and gets very good.
Doesn't get the single, so it means he will keep the strike for this final delivery. But he will probably look for 1, and I think Zain Syed will be cognizant of that. Just has the 2 fielders inside the circle, extra cover and point.
But also for the skipper, knowing that he has corner dry in his stocks, he's bowled a pretty good over to Dimitri Adams, the previous one. So he's not stressing too much. Ideally, you would want a wicket in this over to wrap things up.
Just straying in terms of the line. Dimitri Adams cashing in into that onside. Welcome runs for the Orlando Galaxy. He's been the lone warrior in this run performance by the Galaxy.
Great cricket shot, love this shot, just picked up off the hip, knowing there's space through the fine leg region. He just clipped that for a beautiful shot off the hip for 4, trickling away over the boundary.
7 runs and 2 wickets in the over, 105 for 9. Well, the dominance continues from the Atlanta Fire. Coming into this, just losing 2 matches in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. And they'll be looking to add to that wins column. Done an excellent job. They'll bat themselves. A team that, remember, has scored 200 plus twice when they faced the Orlando Galaxy. No Stephen Taylor, no Aaron Jones for the Fire today on international duty. But the way their bowlers have stepped up should be light work for the Fire. But of course, cricket a funny game. Corner drive continuing. First delivery goes for that Yorker length on the money straight away. What's been your favorite part about this minor league in 2022? What has been some of the differences you've observed from last season?
Young players getting more opportunities and stepping up to the plate and not just relying on senior players to do the job. We've had a couple in our team, a couple on the East Coast, a couple on the West Coast too. And obviously the senior players doing their thing, you know, getting acclimatized to the type of competition that it is. But I'm always a big fan of young talent coming through. And for me, yes, the likes of Shayan Jayasuriya, David White, they expected to score runs, but you know the young players coming through and doing their business, you know, and it's just nice to see exposure for the young players because we all want a platform especially a young player, to get, you know, just to showcase your skills and just play and just have some fun.
If you're not joining us, former test-off spinner Dane Pete. Join us in the commentary box here in Atlanta. Captain of the Morrisville Raptors, of course, picked up a big win today. There it is, cleans him up, Stump goes for a walk. Dreyer's got his third, and the Atlanta Fire, a clinical performance by them to restrict the Galaxy to just 105. Kuro Witage, the final wicket to go.
Yeah, Cornet Dry is just sticking with high ball, you miss. On a good length, that was a perfect way to end off the innings. And the skipper all the way down from Cornet Dry to keep Cornwall. They will be extremely happy with that performance, chasing 106 on a pretty good batting surface. They'll be exceptionally happy. But I think as a bowling unit, they have been exceptionally good.
Especially after losing the toss, asked to bowl first. You can see high fives. They'll be very happy with the way that they've gone about things. The Atlanta Fire only had to use 5 options today because of their consistency. All the bowlers will feel good about the work that they've been able to do and also set themselves up. You want to start what's an important weekend with a win. The Atlanta Fire, well, of course, one team with an eye on those final 2 places. Dry will lead his team off.
Hopefully they finish this up.
Former captain, but a good overall display of clinical bowling by the Fire for the Orlando Galaxy. Well, it was just not good enough because they just weren't able to get any partnerships in this innings. Dimitri Adams, the lone standout with his 35. Rohit Dutchan also played a part with 28, but other than that, struggled to get anything substantial on the board. The bowling?
I just came in.
Yeah, real good performance. As I said earlier, the skipper of the Atlanta Fire just used 5 bowlers, and at their disposal there, the likes of Dry, Dyer, Cornwall, the young Atinja, and Amila Aponzo all put their hand up and bowled exceptionally well. As you can see, wickets are scattered all around. Exceptional piece of bowling. Atlanta Fire would be extremely happy with that.
Well, they'll back themselves to win this game, and to win it, they'll need just 106 runs if they are to get over the line. And just 5 runs per over. Well, here's how the innings unfolded. It was wicket after wicket for the Atlanta Fire. They did extremely well. Struck 3 times inside the first 6 overs. That was the second. Easy catch. Then Rohit Dutchan came and brought the attack to the Fire. Tried to change the innings, the impetus. Him and Dimitri Adams stuck in the middle for a bit. There's the catch again. Celebrations. Then Raheem Cornwall bowled an expensive over. Real uncharacteristic, went for 14 runs. And Cornwall just straight in terms of the length. Got too short, and it was easy for Dutchan and Dimitri Adams to score. But other than this over, just unable to get anything substantial. Cornet Dry using his pace, using the extra bit of bounce. Took a good catch with the ball swing in the wind. 3 wickets for Dry. So clinical. That was one that just cannoned into the stumps from the Atlanta Fire. Atinja Subramaniam needed this sort of performance because he's been so impressive. Just hasn't been in the wickets today, though. Could be a step in the right direction for him. That was a rare loose delivery, which was struck into the boundary. Amila Ponzo also in the wickets. Just went straight up. And, well, Lieb Soberman doesn't drop many at that long on position. Took an easy catch. Cornwall came and also picked up a wicket. So the Fire, one thing they were able to do is just pick up wickets at regular intervals, not allow any big partnership to be formed. And it just meant the captain Zain Saeed took a few catches at extra cover. It meant that they wouldn't be chasing a big total. Even at the end when Dimitri Adams stuck in, Ebra Dyer, who took also 3 wickets, correction, was able to just peg back and kill the momentum of this innings by the Orlando Galaxy. That was Dyer's 3rd. Just went to that deep backward square position. Saeed it was again. And then even when he erred in terms of line, he was struck for that lone boundary. Corny Dry did the rest. Just one full at the stumps. You miss, I hit. In the end, just 105 runs is all the Galaxy are able to muster. Don't go anywhere because we've got fireworks on the other side of this break. Raheem Kaur will be in action. His team will need 106 runs to win. We'll see you soon.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
So what was in the camera last thing that was right? What was in the camera?
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
We're back at the Atlanta Cricket Fields for the resumption of this match number 2 on this Super Saturday. The Orlando Galaxy up against the Fire, winning the toss batting first, only able to get up to 105. The Galaxy, team that struggled for wins in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco. And the last time they've played the Fire, they've lost both, conceding over 200 runs today, trying to bat first. Only getting to 105 wickets for all of the bowlers, 3 apiece for Dry and Dyer. Subramaniam finally a much more impressive display of bowling from him, 2 for 21, and then 1 apiece for Cornwall and Amila Aponzo. And it means now that the target, a mere 106 for a powerful Atlanta Fire team at just 5 runs and over. You know what the batting lineup is capable of doing. We've seen it time and time again. You can see there the Orlando Galaxy suiting up, ready to go on the field. And the man alongside me, Dane Pete, the captain of the Morrisville Raptors. Great to have him as a guest commentator here today. Dane, what do you make of that first innings? What do you think the Fire did well in terms of with the ball in hand?
Yeah, they bowled quite consistently, good lengths, tried to hit the top of the stumps, which we asked for. And just thinking wickets all the time, you can see when the bowlers had the ball in hand. That's the greatest way to stop the flow of runs. So the game plan was pretty simple. Try to hit the stumps, top of the stumps as the seamers. Spinners tried to bowl dot balls, let the batsmen make mistakes. And fortunately, it worked for them. They bowled really, really well. But disappointed in the Orlando Galaxy, not supporting the likes of Dimitri Adams, who played well again. Yes, it was under 100% strike rate, but he played well. Tried to be the glue of the team.
Well, they need early wickets, the Orlando Galaxy. Sumit Sarawat, who's been in the wickets this season, will need to come good for them if they want to have a chance. They defended 125 runs, which is not a big total, against your team, the Morrisville Raptors, just last weekend. So with that on their side, maybe just have some confidence in terms of defending this total of 105. What must they do if they're to come out victorious?
Yeah, no comment about the game last week, but I'll speak about what they need to do. They need to try and get wickets early on. Yes, it's a bit of a cliche, Nikhil, but they need to get wickets early on, and that's what they're going to try to do. A change at the top of the order? No? Yes?
Yeah, Zain Saeed, the captain, has come up the order. I wonder, though, is this just with a motive of trying to win this game in as few overs as possible, knowing the degree of closeness that Southern Division is with the likes of the Raptors, your team, the Lightning, who we saw earlier in action, and the Fire. 3 teams neck and neck. Zain Saeed. So the first time at the top of the order, the captain. No comment on the game last week. Why is that, then? You came up short by 5 runs against this same Orlando Galaxy team.
Unfortunately, we did. Not a great game, to be honest. Needed to go at 4 and over for about 11, I think. And yeah, it's a label that South Africans have had over the years. I'm not going to say anything. But we did choke that a bit. We did choke that a bit, unfortunately. But the beauty of the Toyota Minor League presented by Sunoco, yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but such is life, and we've bounced back beautifully.
Raheem Cornwall, 36 maximums, the leading run scorer. Why did they have 3 runs in the score? It's not 3 for none. We haven't had any action so far. Sumit Sarawat with the new ball in hand. He's picked up the wickets for the Orlando Galaxy. First delivery, Sarawat to Cornwall. Hello, welcome. Cornwall has arrived. This man is just so good at the top of the innings. What a way to open your account. Simple like that.
Shuffle, nimble foot, Raheem Cornwall shuffling inside the line and flicking it over a wide fine leg. Great shot. That's the difference of being 6'6", where you can reach a ball on the front foot and flick it over fine leg. Great shot. Bit of a conference between bowler and captain, trying to figure a plan out. Old Zubin looking for the ball.
Recovery never easy with all this greenery around, all this oxygen. Comes at a cost.
If you're an 18 handicap golfer, you do a lot of these, looking for the golf ball. So it looks like Zubin knows what he's doing. Not mentioning what his golf capabilities are.
whilst we look at that, we'll look for the ball. Just Raheem Cornwall, very first delivery of this innings. Just too easy from the big man. 36 maximums, 363 runs. Just walking right across, so effortless.
Just a pleasure to watch Raheem Cornwall when he gets going. Hopefully at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Just knock his poles over first ball.
I was about to say, Dan, all that laughing and excitement you're doing for Raheem Cornwall. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, 10 a.m., your Raptors team up against him in a very important matchup. Let's see who will be laughing then.
I love cricket too much to think about it, overthink it. I told Hamilton, the keeper of the Lightning, it's a great game, the game of cricket. There's no point in stressing too much about it. Just go out there and enjoy yourself. So whatever, as they call him, the ruck attack, as whatever he gives us, we'll try to counter-attack, and that's what we can do.
Before we get this ball, I want to give the fans out there a question. Will Dane Pete start with a new ball tomorrow? We'll wait to find out. Just a single. Anytime you get Raheem Cornwall at the other end, it's a huge success. Dane Pete started with the brand new ball today. Bowled made an over. I'm interested to see tomorrow when he faces Cornwall, if he's still there at the crease, will he bowl it? Don't say anything, Dane. We'll let the fans at home decide, and we'll wait for tomorrow, where the action continues in this premium weekend. Live from Atlanta, Saeed, the captain, will face first. His first delivery. First time at the top of the order. What about this move, though, from the captain, Saeed? Now, remember, without Stephen Taylor and Aaron Jones, it's a batting lineup which sort of is underhanded, you could say, without two huge players in the sense that the internationals that they are. So it's kind of a bold move by Saeed to come up the order. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it is a bold move, but with those two immaculate players, we got to, make a change. And this is the change that they're after, and they have to make a play and try to get other guys in. Unfortunately, they are away, or fortunately, they are away. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, this is the matchup you spoke about.
The Marsville Raptors, Dane Pete's team, he's next to me. Tomorrow he'll be in the hot sun against the Atlanta Fire in what will be a heated affair, pun intended, later in the day. The Galaxy up against the Lightning. Straight to the fielder. If you're Zain Saeed, though, and you've seen that first delivery, you'll want to get the big man at the other end back on strike, because listen to this, Dane Pete, against this Orlando Galaxy opposition. First game of the tournament, 83 from 34 deliveries. They posted 226. In the very next one against the Galaxy, 93 from 41. Through the gap, and runs for Zain Saeed and the Atlanta Fire, who are making light work of this run chase. Second boundary in the over.
Just a bit of width, and the skipper was all over that, letting his hands flow through the line of the ball. It was a really great shot, trickling through the third man that's up in the ring and getting his innings underway.
Rohit Dutchin in that slip. He's standing in a very straight position, Dane. I find it pretty interesting. Almost his left foot almost by the right of the keeper, Mithil Patel. Unable to get it through this time, Zain Saeed, but a good start for the Atlanta Fire. Only in need of 106 to win and pick up their 7th win of this tournament, 9 for none. The change in opening pair today. Saeed, the captain, going up the order, but still Jamar Hamilton. Everard Dyer with his power towards the back end. Cornet dry. Rishi Pandey very capable as well. A lot of batting to come, and they'll be very happy with the fact that they're only chasing 106. But what about this move from the Galaxy skipper? Going to his leg spin. Matthew Comrie into the attack.
A confident young man. Had a conversation with him for about 5 minutes last week. A real confident man. Love his energy. He's definitely going to back himself to try and get the big fella out here. Nasir, the captain of the Orlando Galaxy, will be looking for, ideally, Rakim trying to play across the line, getting a top edge court point, or one just skidding on and getting LBW or bowled.
In this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, had the internationals like Cornwall, Comrie, who's come from Jamaica for this Galaxy side.
Makes no sense.
Interesting though, the field that he starts with. Matthew Comrie bowling to Cornwall, trying to spin that ball away and get the crucial wicket for the Galaxy.
Catch it!
It's aerial, but it's over the top. Doesn't even run Rakim Cornwall, there's no need. It's another boundary for him. The onslaught continues in this Minor League Cricket Championship.
Good transfer of weight by Rakim Cornwall, just rocking forward, transferring it back and letting his hands go through the ball. Great shot, knowing that there are no fielders out in the sweeper boundary, just chipping it over the backward point region and getting his innings going.
Straight rate of 200 in this minor league tournament so far.
Catch!
Through the man, because when Rakim Cornwall hits it, it stays hit. Good luck trying to stop that.
One thing that Rakim's going to do against this matchup is not try to get a strike, he's going to try to hit him out of the attack. It's going to be an important thing here for Matthew to try and keep his composure, but unfortunately that's a very, very unlucky bounce for the fielder. There's nothing he could do about that. Maybe if we had a 6-7 basketball play on the field, would have stopped that.
Swing and a miss from Cornwall. He's the only player in the top 10 run scorers to strike over 200, Rakim Cornwall, in these first 9 matches. It is now for the Atlanta Fire. What a pickup he's been, though. We'll make that 4 more. Astonishing from Cornwall. The rack attack, as Dane Pete called it early on. 3 boundaries in the over. Always going to be a risk bowling the slower leg spinner too, a man with this much power.
It's been slapped down the ground to the side screen. As you can see, he's waited for that beautifully, knowing that the mid-off's up and beating him to his right. That's a great shot. It's flicking the Toyota board. And again, a discussion, maybe a change of length, maybe a change of line. But the way that Rakim Cornwall's approached this, anything that they throw at him is definitely going to counter-attack, is the rack attack.
See ball, hit ball from the big man. Down the leg side. Cornwall doesn't want to run. He's not running. He wants every delivery of this power play. Boy, is this guy something special to watch, Rakim Cornwall. You would think he's batting with number 11. Zain Saeed, the captain's at the other end. He says no thanks.
I enjoyed that. I'm giggling away. I enjoyed that.
Well bowled, Matthew. Brilliant, boy.
Much better from Comrie. You can see trying to be wide of Rakim Cornwall. Don't want to give him the arms to go down the ground. So you're trying to bowl wide at him with that deep cover fielder. Goes wide again. But he's timed the pants off of that, as they like to say. And it's another boundary. Make that 4 in the over. 17 runs to come off the second over. 26 for none.
Yeah, great shot by Rakim Cornwall, penetrating the extra cover region. Again, knowing that there is a vacant gap. 26 for no loss after 2 overs.
1, 2, 3.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Zain Saeed on strike. Slip in place. Sarawat looking to go across the line. Rakim Cornwall, to his joy, he's back on strike.
He definitely wanted that one, Nikhil. He was scampering through to the striker's end. Be interesting to see how they approach this now, or how Rakim approaches this. I love this kind of matchup, you know. He's coming, you know, trying to smack every ball out the ground. The bowler's got to keep his composure, knowing that he's slightly on the back foot. I wouldn't want the bowler to, you know, take a back step to this. It's a nice little matchup that we have on our cards here.
Well, leaves it outside the off stump. A rice smell from Cornwall as well. He's enjoying himself, Raheem Cornwall in the sun in these 9 matches of this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. What a pickup, what an acquisition it's been for the Fire. Has been selected to play for the Barbados Royals in this year's Caribbean Premier League. Test leave by Cornwall. This time comes a long way across. The umpire says not out though. Where was the impact is the question.
Bowler looked like it was hitting middle of middle there, that reaction. Just shows the intensity he's playing or bowling at. Always see with the appeal. Looked real close with a naked eye. Ooh, does look real close. I'll put the ball in your court, Nikhil, and I want your decision, please.
There's a reason you're sitting in the analyst chair then, Pete. Hold the pose that stumped down the ground by Cornwall. This is a show, an exhibition of power hitting. My oh my, Sumit Sarawat would have begged that finger to go up on the previous delivery.
Feeling a bit hard done by that decision, but that's just caressed for Hakeem Cornwall straight over the side screen, or wide long on, I beg your pardon, for quite a big 6. It's rolling into the parking lot. He hits it so easy, Nikhil. Real easy.
Two deliveries remaining in this over. Just 7 runs from it, which sounds like a victory for the Galaxy. Where does Sumit Sarawat bowl? He's gone full, he's gone short. Hasn't mattered so far. This time he goes short. That is robust from Cornwall. I'm running out of adjectives to describe what I'm seeing here at the Atlanta cricket fields.
Yeah, carnage is an ideal world. Through the producer giving me carnage. Yeah, Tony Gregg did say that. And Nikhil, robust is a fantastic word to use. Just a drop of length, slightly short, but he's been all over that, and he's pummeled the ball over square leg for yet another 6.
Then Sumit Sarawat has gone full at the stumps. He's been hit back over his head. He's gone short. Cornwall has pulled him for 6. How do you bowl to this man? That's the question that I think is going around the minor league.
Yeah, I would love to be a fly buzzing around the captain and bowler at the moment, just to hear what they're saying. Because, like you said, you've bowled everywhere and he's tried to put that away. I personally would say, what about the wide Yorker? What do you think? We've got nothing to lose. They're going to win the game, but let's try and execute and put your skill up against a really good player. And that's the benefits that I would look for in this competition, you know?
Well, what a joy it is to have a player like Raheem Cornwall in this tournament. And it's because of our corporate sponsors on board this season, the likes of Sunoco, Toyota, and Dafa News. Having them on board has allowed us to have these types of players who can put on this type of show. 39, and we're not even finished the 3rd overs yet. Matthew Comrie did get the wicket of Raheem Cornwall the last time these two teams met, after he hit about 4 sixes in 1 over. He's got 3 half-centuries in this tournament. 2 have come against the Orlando Galaxy. Something about them he enjoys. Are they against? Looks like a new ball coming out as well.
Is this the joy to watch, Nikhil? Just the joy to watch. Hits the ball so easily.
Well, then in this over, 2 deliveries ago, Sumit Sarawat asking the question about a leg before. Came a long way across Raheem Cornwall.
I'm known to be a bowler. That's out.
Ooh, that's a bold one. That's a bold one from Dan Pete. We don't have the luxury of Hawkeye or DRS. Here it is from a front-on angle. Slow down. Of course, remember, the umpires don't have the benefit of being able to have a replay. They've got to make that decision in real time. But I'm seeing the off stump.
I saw the leg stump. Which means, you tell me, Nikhil. You tell me. Please tell me.
What I can tell you is this carnage here at the Atlanta Cricket Field.
Sitting on the fence. I thought you Bayesians are quite out there, outspoken.
But the thing is, Dane, even if it is out, you know, it's always tough for our umpires to be able to make those calls so quickly, you know, in the blink of an eye. It could have been maybe hit out. Maybe the thought was maybe hit outside the off stump. Was he far enough down the surface to wicket to then think maybe missing leg as well?
That's one job I would never want as an umpire. It's such a tough job because there's a lot of movement, bat coming down. There's a lot of things, you know, you've got to look at as an umpire. So we seeing a replay and I'm commenting on the replay.
Final delivery of this over. One that Sumit Sarawat will want to get out without conceding a boundary. Cornwall, he just wants one, but he's going to get a boundary. Almost didn't want that to go for 4. He just wants to face every delivery, Rakeem Cornwall. But it goes into the boundary. It shows you how well he's timed the cricket ball here in these first 3 overs. 43 for none. .43 for none, a run rate of 14. You can see if you're seeing correctly. 3.71 is the required rate. Try telling that to Rakeem Cornwall, who's on 37 from 13 deliveries. And already, Dane Pete has struck some 2 maximums and 6 boundaries in the 37. That's 36 runs. He's only run 1 single.
Just a joy to watch, you know, and having played a lot of cricket in my life, I've seen like natural ball strikers. Rakeem Cornwall is definitely right up there. I've played one open tournament with him and his ball striking is just, you know, it's natural and you can see the way the hands come through the ball. And obviously, you know, he imposes himself on the opposition, you know. And it's always tough as a bowler knowing that a guy can hit a 6 comfortably. It's always tough with your mindset, where should I land the ball? And you know, if your head's scrambled, you're not really comfortable in where you're going to deliver the ball. And that's a benefit that he does have, you know. And you can definitely see if you put a heart rate monitor on the bowler right now, it will be up there. But bowling to Zayn side will be a lot more calmer than bowling to Rakeem Cornwall.
Desai into the attack. Saeed now into the fun. And it's gone all the way for 6 as well. Gone a couple bounces into the boundary for 4, but nonetheless, it's runs for the Fire. Saeed says, no, I want to be in the fun as well.
That's a great cricket shot, knowing that he's only faced 5 balls before that delivery and just latching on it. Look a bit wide, not long on-ish, that he just popped the ball over there. It's always tough not facing balls and you're seeing your partner, but he's definitely jumped on it. As you can see, just rocking back and punching it over wide mid-on for a couple of bounces into the boundary for yet another Atlanta Fire 4.
Oh, again, opens the face this time, using the dimensions of this field, riding it down to 3rd. It's back-to-back boundaries as the 50 comes up. This could be over very soon if these two continue.
Yeah, just a bit of bounce, but what he did well here is the captain just rode his hands through the line of the ball. And every batsman says, I meant to hit the ball there. I don't know, it looked a bit outside edges, but he got the ball down to 3rd man for yet another boundary. Tough start for Mr. Desai. Gone for 2 boundaries, the first 2 balls are over. Yet another mini conference between the skipper and the burly fast bowler.
Desai conceding 2 boundaries already to start. You said his heart rate would be a bit calmer to Zayn Saeed, but clearly all must go for the Atlanta Fire. This is why they're so dangerous. And remember, folks at home, Dane Pete next to me, he's laughing, he's enjoying this because the game of cricket is such a beautiful thing. But tomorrow, the cameras are going to be on him because he's a skipper of this Raptors team and he will have to face this heat.
It's all good. Down in the south, got to enjoy the heat. Grabbing a couple of peaches after the game. No, but it will be tough. I mean, like I said, it's a lot easier in the commentary box, watching and speaking the game. But like you said, it looks like Atlanta Fire's busy with a clearance sale at the moment, Nikhil. everything's got to go. 75% of every item or every delivery bowled at them.
Cornwall will be at the non-strikers then. Hasn't faced a delivery in this over. He'll be edging to get back on strike. I think Zain said he'd maybe give him the single on the last delivery.
Rakeem Cornwall's going to do the MS Dhoni, no run. I've got this covered.
But he already turned on one early on in this innings. It's been a real joy to watch this innings from the Atlanta Fire, and it's what makes them such a dangerous team. We saw it last weekend where they chased 193 against the Lightning on this very venue. Pulled again, same area, same result. You cannot stop the Atlanta Fire, especially when they're off the starts like this.
Yeah, great shot again. This high under loads of pressure. Just making sure that he lashes onto anything short. Great piece of batting this by the two in Cornwall and side. It's been a joy to watch for the local people that came out to watch the game and all the club cricket action around there. But yes, great start. 55 out loss after 3.5 overs, Nikhil.
48 runs and boundaries. In the air, down to Dimitri Adams, and it will be another boundary. Zain Saeed again. This time he's joined in on the fun. 4 boundaries coming from the over. End of 4, 59 for none.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
What's up, Dad? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
It's been fireworks at the Atlanta Cricket Fields. 59 for none after the first 4 overs. Just 47 runs needed. This could be over very soon. 59 for none after 4. Dane Pete alongside me. Dane as a spinner. Not an easy task bowling to Cornwall.
Why you have too many here?
Who will be on strike.
That's why you try to be the captain, Nikhil, and not bowl yourself to the big fella. Nah, I'm only kidding. This is the type of matchups, especially for young Matthew Comrie, where you can learn more. I like to tell our young players, we win or we learn. So you take away where you can, you know, try to play against an explosive batsman, the fields you set, the type of balls you bowl. You walk away with it, and you know the Toyota Minor League is known for giving people exposure and a platform to express their talents. And this is where we are.
Well, usually when a bowler changes his field, you see the batter trying to observe and trying to attack, just trying to find the gap. Rakeem Cornwall's not even interested. He's looking to go 6. It doesn't matter where fielders are. Matthew Comrie for his second over. Hit on the back leg, and the finger goes up. Matthew Comrie again looks to the heavens. It's a big wicket for him. Is it too late? God is good, he says, as he gets the wicket of Cornwall.
That's brilliant. What a wicket for the young Matthew Comrie. Hitting the back leg of the big fella. Looked like a big leg spinner. Yes, that's stone dead. Hitting the middle of middle. But he was really happy with that dismissal. Big fella, Rakeem Cornwall, leaves for 37 of 14 deliveries. As Comrie prays to the heavens. And Atlanta Fire are 59 for 1.
Just short fireworks from Cornwall by his standards. 3 half centuries, 2 have come against his Galaxy team. Lieb Sauerman comes to the middle.
Right arm over. Single, got the singles, guys.
Just a couple of games for him in this tournament. Saw him last weekend in action against the Lightning.
Adam, come, take point. Take point. Adam, come, take point.
2 matches for Sauerman. Hasn't batted as yet.
Still in the game. Still in the
Okay.
game.
Second match this.
Then make him
So
there.
it comes to the middle now, and
Adam.
boy, was that a
here.
trick to watch. 14 runs per over.
Isu, one. Isu, he's saving one. He's saving one. Isu, he's saving one. Come on. Who, Shabby? Shabby, come around.
Where the camera is? Camera.
Just ensuring that he gets the feel right, Matthew Comrie.
Two.
That's good. He's good. He's good.
On the back foot, straight to the field, that cover. This is the wicket again.
Yeah, just holding up in the surface, back of a length, as they say in T20 cricket. Crashing into his back leg of Rakeem Cornwall.
Someone off the mark straight away and just won't get to the boundary, but he'll come back for an easy 2. How do you... If you're at Orlando Galaxy, then it's a tough situation now. But is there any way to get back into this game?
Unfortunately not. I've played a lot of cricket to understand that if you're going at 13 runs and over in the first 4 overs, it's really difficult trying to defend a score of 105, 106. Unfortunately, they just got to try and be professional and try to play this game as hard as possible for each other. And hopefully they try and extend it out for the viewing public.
Coming back for 2 again, Sarman. So straight away 2 doubles. We haven't seen throughout this innings anything besides boundaries. So
Open him up and...
Okay.
and you think about this Atlanta Fire team with Cornwall,
Let's go, Kami.
the likes of Stephen Taylor at the top, who's absent, and Aaron Jones as well with the USA international team. My, this is some batting lineup. Jamar Hamilton still to come, captain of the Leeward Islands.
Yeah, they're quite stacked. It's going to be important to try and, try to get guys in and play quite aggressively, but this is a good opportunity where you can play risk-free cricket and just try to get some scores under your name.
Well, a dot delivery. Matthew Comrie, he looked to the heavens. End of 5 overs, 63 for 1. Tomorrow, the Atlanta Fire up against Dane Pete's Morrisville Raptors. You don't want to miss that at 10 a.m. And then later in the day, the Atlanta Lightning up against the Orlando Galaxy, coming at 2:30 p.m. So Super Sunday here in Atlanta as the premium coverage rolls on. Comrie, 2 overs, picked up the wicket.
New bowler left.
Through, check them. The
So
angle.
it's going to be
Please,
more
please.
spin into the attack.
Right, let's go.
Isiru
Let's go, Isu.
Kuruitage bowling around the wicket.
Well bowled. Good
Flights
start.
it.
Good start.
Gets away with it. Last over of the power play. 63 runs from the first 5.
Great pronunciation, Nikhil. Very good. Good composure. But yes, left arm spinner does give it a bit of air. Faced him last weekend. Does give it a little air. Looks to try and spin the ball. I think from Sri Lankan descent. Is Isiru. Wild old fox character. As you can see, he's getting the ball deep in his fingers, as our finger spinners like to do.
Isu, focus.
He's going to try to get a couple of wickets here just to save some face for the Galaxy.
Catch it,
Goes with the
Timmy.
side arm.
Hurry.
Just falls short of that man, Dimitri Adams, at long on. But for the Galaxy, they'll be happy because the boundaries have dried up since the wicket of Rakeem Cornwall. It was a show that we did not want to end. Dane Pete, the way he was striking the cricket ball.
Yeah, I definitely didn't want that to end. I was having so much fun watching it.
Focus, focus.
Played some outstanding cricket shots, did Rakeem Cornwall. He's just a joy to watch. He's brought a lot of entertainment to the Toyota Minor League in 2022.
Yeah. Kami.
Has to hurry, but Matthew Comrie unable to pick up cleanly. Gets 2 for the single. So far, so good for the Fire. Less than 40 runs needed. Just 2 runs and over from here on in. in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship.
विकेट आ रही है
He's
समझ
now at the
के
top of the leaderboards in the minor league. Raheem Cornwall gone to 38 sixes. Down the leg side. Zain Saeed wanting to get back on strike. And they're asking a question and they've got him. The bat may have just stuck in the ground. And Zain Saeed trying to get to the other end. He's got to go. Another wicket going down for the Fire.
Yeah, it just looked like the captain Zain Saeed's bat got stuck in the turf, unfortunately. And he was well short. Ooh. Yes, out. As you can see, the bail flicking off the stumps. Great call by the umpire. Love that call. Brave decision. Unfortunately, the captain's bat got stuck in the ground and he leaves for a very well played 22 of 13 deliveries. Atlanta Fire now 66 for 2.
He got stuck here. We need someone.
Rishi Pandey coming to the middle, so still no Jamar Hamilton. Not the tallest of men. Pandey is a young boy, one of the under-19 players in this Atlanta Fire team. Got a lot of youth.
Joe.
He's a stylish young man, though, stylish player.
Little bit.
Rishi Pandey, the Galaxy able to take 2 wickets now in 2 overs, but maybe just a tad too late.
Yeah, Pandey is a real good player. Coached the Morrisville under-21 Raptors team in Houston, and he opened the batting, played a beautiful little innings against the Raptors. Good player, young man. Also met him with Adam Khan and Rowan Fatke and Abiram Bolasetti in what is that, February of 2021.
Let's drop it, Hardik.
Well, gets it in the gap, gets it past point, and it's a lightning quick outfield in the offside. It's a great way to open your account, Rishi Pandey.
Yeah, Rishi Pandey is obviously slightly shorter than the couple that's faced before, and you can see the strength of being on the slightly shorter side. You can use your crease pretty well, which he's done there. Great start, piercing the gap. The young man's got his innings underway, 4 for 1. A massive strike rate of 400, Nikhil.
Timed it extremely well. Of course, earlier this week, Dane, announcement coming out from the MLC that the finals weekend will be in your hometown, Church Street Park. We'll talk some more about that in the next over. End of 6, the power play, done and dusted, 70 for 2. Carnage at the top by the openers, Zain Saeed and Raheem Cornwall. Excellent to see the way that they started. The openers for the Fire, just of course in search of this 106. 59-run partnership between the two. Tall red towers for the Atlanta Fire. Dana was speaking about in the last over the fact that the finals are going back to Morrisville. How good is that for the tournament? Such a fantastic facility at Church Street Park.
Yeah, that's great. Hopefully we wouldn't have to travel. Hopefully we in the playoff mix at the end. Yeah, but like you said, beautiful part of the world. Recently moved there with my family in March of 2022. Really loved it. I literally live 700 meters away from Church Street Park. Enjoying it out there. Like you said, a beautiful venue. The best part of that is it's open to the public, so you see a lot of families walking with their kids and wives, husbands walking around Church Street Park while we're training. The odd day that we do get to train there. But yeah, like you said, it's going to be good. It was a spectacle last year. You did a great job with some former West Indian legends, I remember. So hopefully it's another spectacle of a couple of more thousand people to come out now that COVID settles a little bit.
Here's the wicket in the last over. Run out. Zain Saeed wanting the strike, but just getting stuck in the ground. A direct hit, always going to be in with a chance. The Galaxy knew it straight away. Mito Patel.
Come up. Let's go hand it down. Come in.
Yeah, we don't have to wait as far as 3 weeks' time for the finals, because next weekend the action in this premium coverage rolls on to Church Street Park, where this similar division, we'll be getting to see some more of them. Under lights as well.
Oh, good fielding. Yeah, hit it.
Then next weekend under the lights. Oh, that's a dream at Church Street Park.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Bowling
For the
comment.
Dolphins, we had a good super over win. Couple of close matches. Fans were buzzing. Yeah, it's a real good spectacle. Looks beautiful with the lights, especially with the sunset, North Carolina sunset. Looks real good. And hopefully there's a couple of good games too that you'll be calling, Nikhil.
Well, if this is anything to go by, first today, the nail biter that went to the final delivery between the Raptors and the Lightning, and then this, seeing the power from the Fire. Oh, I can't wait for that next weekend.
Starts on Friday with the Raptors playing the Fort Lauderdale Lions.
Batsman change.
One game, unfortunately, was rescheduled because of COVID. So we're playing 4 games on the Morrisville Raptors. So I plea all the supporters out in Morrisville or the Research Triangle to come out and support the Morrisville Raptors boys.
More runs. 3 runs coming from this over so far. Three days of action next weekend. So more than just the 2 from this weekend. Oh, can't wait. Honestly, cannot wait.
Only one more.
But before we even get there, we've got more exciting cricket coming your way tomorrow. Good running by Sorman and Pandey to keep the run scoring. But a good over from Matthew Comery. Able to get just 5 runs from the over, 75 for 2.
My son is so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your trousseau. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
What's up, Dad? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
ओए, ये चाहिए। ओए, वहाँ एक चाहिए पीछे। कॉमी को पीछे भेज दूँ। Isu, let's go.
Over 10 runs and over still for the Fire, but they have dropped off in terms of that scoring rate. Full through extra cover and runs for Liam Saruman. He's run well between the wickets, but now getting the opportunity to cash in. It does just that.
Yeah, real good shot. Hitting through the extra cover region. Got into a great position. Over the top of the ball. Hit nice and pushing forward. Beating the cover sweeper for yet another boundary. This is what they need, Atlanta Fire, giving everybody an opportunity in their batting lineup. When push comes to shove, people's got to try and contribute as much as they can. And that's exactly what they after here at the moment. Yet another small mini conference between the captain and bowler. Just asking to bring his length back, Nikhil.
Spot on then in terms of the strategy from the Fire, because obviously they had Jamar Hamilton, who's batted at number 4 throughout the tournament. 243 runs for Hamilton. Yet to see him. But I think what they know is that with a small total, let me pause myself because it's more runs as the chase is on for that ball.
Yeah, they're trying to stop it again. Wicketkeeper was not really happy with that ball, as you heard him say on the stump mic. Come on, EC Yar, which means he's not really happy with that. He's probably asking he slipped out to move into extra cover. The last thing you do need is a bit of infighting as the game comes down to a close. But it's important for the Galaxy to try and keep it professional till the very end. Try to close out the game as much as possible.
Because making the point, it's good that Saruman and Pandey are able to get some time in the middle, because we know already what Hamilton is capable of. Raheem Cornwall, Zain Saeed. Some of their other players are going to need to step up in the absence of Stephen Jones.
No, you're good,
Stephen Taylor and Aaron Jones.
Yeah, let's go, Isu.
Who, of course, are in Scotland at the moment with the USA international team. In that Cricket World Cup League 2 series.
Turn the ball, turn the ball.
Getting some good encouragement from his keeper, Kuruitage.
How's it?
Oh, is he caught slipping? Has he been caught slipping? Liam Salman, he's gone. Great awareness from Mita Patel. Just sauntered out of his crease.
Really good batsman, like you say. He knows his way around this Atlanta juke mat. He's played a lot of his cricket out here, and that's why he's such an important part of the Atlanta Fire. And he just tries to, find his way, knock the ball around, and then he also has the ability to hit the boundaries.
All right, let's go. Isu, one more. Focus here. Hey, Isu, yeah.
I wish you guys could see
Hey,
in the commentary box. Keeper's end is the call. Dane Pete is in here making a lot of notes for tomorrow's matchup where he takes on this Atlanta Fire team. This is the wicket again. Yeah, but Salman, very unusual mode of dismissal. Just wandering out his crease and, well, easy in the end to just whip off the bails. In the air for a second, Rishi Pandey, heart would have been in his hand. But in the end, it gets to the boundary for 4. And another good boundary from the young man.
Peace.
88 for 3.
I should have hit it over.
Still time remaining for the Atlanta Fire. Plenty of time. You can see that red worm way above the blue.
Next time, sir.
Matthew Comrie will come into bowl his final over. He picked up the crucial wicket of Raheem Cornwall.
Mano! Let's go, Comrie.
So Matthew Comrie with his leg spin. Palash able to get a single. Rishi Pandey has been impressive in his 7 deliveries at the crease. Cut a nice boundary, then hit 1 through extra cover. He's a good timer of the cricket ball. As an under 19, the talent on display, the youth talent, Aman Patel alongside me. Aman, how much have you enjoyed the first 8 overs of what's been truly fun to watch from the Atlanta Fire?
Well, we've seen truly everything. The big hitting of Raheem Cornwall. We just saw maybe the wackiest of dismissals that you'll ever see. A run out involved, so everything happening.
Just trying to come down the track, Rishi Pandey, but smartly in the end, getting back in time.
Brilliant, Comrie, brilliant, boy.
As you can see, Rishi Pandey just picking the length up late, getting back in his crease.
Looking to sweep Rishi Pandey. He's a very good player, square of the wicket. Not a tall man, so he uses the height to his advantage, maneuvers his way around his crease. We just want to see this off. 17 more runs to win, not a big task for the Fire.
Yeah, good opportunity for the middle order of the Atlanta Fire that's been untested to get some experience.
Oh, good.
Well cut off at cover.
Very good fielding.
Regular five, regular five, regular five.
Brilliant, Nasir bhai, brilliant.
Nasir, back in the day, right? No.
Let's go. Ooh, hell, bold.
Dot ball outside the off stump. 2 deliveries made in this over. Comrie's bought a good spell here. He's picked up the wicket of Cornwalls. Yes, he's conceded 28 runs, but last couple of overs, just conceding 6.
Yeah, he's been nice and tight, has a lot of good variations. And again, a very young talent as well. Matthew Comrie plays at under 21 for the Orlando Galaxy. So they'll be excited about what he can bring onwards into next year.
End of the 9th over, 91 for 3.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your trousseau. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
A slow, short ball.
Now we go wider.
So Kuruitage continuing. 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco.
Yeah. Bowler, okay.
It's been a very exciting, the action.
I was
Direct hit.
there.
Not out given. They were excited for a split second. The Galaxy thought they had their man
Good
around
back
Palash.
up.
Getting to the other end.
Lovely, Hardik.
Yeah, take a look at this. It's cut just away from that point fielder who comes around.
Hardik.
Throw comes in,
Wait.
and it looks like Ridwan Palesh. Maybe the bat might have been down. I thought it was down initially. Nikhil thinks otherwise next to me.
What? How could you say that? Are you in my mind? I think it was close. It was closer than probably would have expected. But in the end, the umpire's word is gospel. Oh, inside edge. Inside edge by Rishi Pandey. It's got to be more runs for the Fire. Just a single. It's a close call, though. Every time a direct hit is... Just see a direct hit in cricket. How close is it? Ridwan Palash. Pat was in the air. Yeah, maybe got it down in time.
Like you said, always close. Replays are a luxury that we have here.
One thing you watch about Isiru Kuruitage, he's got this action, goes from a side, this sidearm, which allows him to just have that low trajectory. Ball keeps low as well.
No. Lovely SD.
And he also just gets a little bit of skid off the wicket. He's quicker than you'd expect coming off, and you can see a lot of the times when the bats try to get onto the back foot, they're just laid onto the ball trying to cut it.
Only one, shabby, easy. Back up,
Palash wants
guys.
2, just be a single though, so
Brilliant,
whenever they do
Shabby.
get the job done, the Atlanta Fire will be a win that will really help their net run rate as they try to navigate their way through the Southern Division. Crucial game coming up tomorrow against the Raptors. That will be a real test for them because they knew that they could beat the Galaxy. They beat them already twice in this tournament, but tomorrow now against the Raptors for the very first time. Boy, will that be something to watch.
Good ball.
10 a.m. tomorrow, you don't want to miss it, whether you're here at Atlanta Cricket Fields or you're watching at home on Willow TV and the MLC Network. End of the 10th over, halfway stage, 95 for 3.
You look at the batting scorecard. It's a quick story, this. Not a long read. Rakeem Cordoval, 37 from 14. Zain Zayed got in the action, 22 from 13. And the 2 men in the middle, Rishi Pandey, 14 from 12. And Ridwan Palash, 5 from 8. Take a look at the bowlers. Again, just not much going right for the Orlando Galaxy. Matthew Comrie gets the big wicket of Rakeem Cornwall, and since that point, it's been really dominant. Isuruku Rutaje has come in, has been good. Again, you look at the Worms, it's just been the Atlanta Fire from the get-go. They've dominated with the bat from the jump, and they never let off.
That's it. Okay.
118 to the other. Khan comes into the attack, bowling to Rishi Pandey, who's had a good start. We've seen Rishi Pandey at the top of the order for this Atlanta Fire team. I think tomorrow we could easily see him open the batting. They like that combination, especially if they bat first against the Raptors. You can see why. He's got all the shots in the book. Down the track. Does he have enough power on it? Man underneath and puts it down. The young man Khan, leg spinner, almost had his first wicket on his very first delivery.
Yeah, Rishi Pandey would have played some cricket against Adam Khan in that minor league youth championship. Just looking to take him on down the ground. It felt like a simplest of catches for Patel out in the deep. Again, didn't quite time it, sliced it.
Another one.
And just felt so simple. Just went in and out of the hands of Mitul Patel.
I like the courage, though, from young Rishi Pandey. He's not the biggest of men by any means, not tall, but he's still backing himself to take on that long on boundary and take it on all the way. Yes, he didn't execute well in that situation.
Go, Mano.
Palash wants two. Coming back as well. No, sent back in the end.
Yeah, Adam Khan, a good young leg spinner from that Florida area, playing for the Orlando Galaxy. Someone who has both and all the variations, can bowl the Grongan, slip it in there, and again, is very deceptive. Haven't got to see him much in this minor league tournament. We're kind of buried in that bowling depth chart.
This is good batting, though, from Pandey, just ensuring that they, even if it's in singles or twos, they can get to the end without losing another wicket, capitalizing on the platform built. And even if you look, let's say the Atlanta Fire, hypothetically, were batting first. This is a dream start for them. 99 in the 11th over would be in a pole position to then get close to 180 from here on in with the power of a Jamar Hamilton, Corney Dry, ever a Dyer to come. So they're showing that they've got good adaptability, being able to put together innings like this. But we know what we'll get from them in the power play. They will go hard with that man Cornwall at the top of the order. Wicket for Adam Khan. Flighting one, and Rishi Pandey, who will be so disappointed, unable to see the game home for his team, just finding that extra cover fielder. Really a consolation prize for this Orlando Galaxy team.
You can see Rishi Pandey just coming down the track, just looking to push it into covers, but extra little bounce on it. Good pull of the length there from Adam Khan, and straight to the extra cover fielder. A consolation prize for the Orlando Galaxy, 99 for loss of 4.
Jay Patak comes to the middle for the Atlanta Fire with just 7 needed. Palash at the other end. We expect the Fire to get home pretty soon from this position. Just 7 to win.
Not much needed to be done from these two men in the middle. Just had to push the ball around and look for those singles. Don't need to score in boundaries. Again, just 7 runs required, and you don't want to say anything and speak it into existence, but could you imagine Orlando just get on a run here, take a couple of wickets, and turn this into a match?
7 to win from 9 overs, Owen. How do you make that into a match?
Well, you got 6 wickets left, Nikhil, so you
need
never
a
know.
Double hat trick to make this into a match.
And we've seen it already in minor league, that double hat trick, so it's not impossible in terms of minor league cricket.
Aman, your parents will be proud. You're a young, optimistic man. That's good. Good to see. 7 needed, less than 1 run per over required. So that Atlanta Fire ready, the inevitable. In terms of this win, Jay Patat off the mark straight away. A single to end the over. The 100 comes up as well at the end of 11. It's 100 for 4.
Brilliant over, Adam. Brilliant over.
Still with this start, they've got so much batting to come. Everett Dow, we know what he can do. Jamar Hamilton, who's batted at number 4 consistently throughout this tournament. Dropped down the order today. You think it's probably to give some opportunities. And all 4 of their batters in the top 4 getting starts. That would be a good sign for them as they go into a crucial couple of games coming up. One hit away now, the Atlanta Fire. Isiro Kuriwitage to bowl his final over.
Hasn't been as expensive, 3 overs, 24 runs, but again with just 6 runs left. Need something special. It's all but written here for the Atlanta Fire to get this win. And
focus, okay?
again, the Fire just thinking about the Morsel Raptors now tomorrow.
Hey, Adam, very well fielded, boy. Brilliant line and length, boy. Keep that going, keep that going.
That was the wicket of Rishi Pandey.
Thank you, Mitul bhai. Thanks.
कभी लग जाएगी आ जाओ हार्दिक थोड़ा
The left-arm spinner bowling around the wicket in his final over. He's bowled well, picked up the 1 wicket, inflicting a couple of run-outs as well.
let's go Izu.
They're doing it in singles, taking this down in ones. Ridwan Palash ensuring that they don't lose another wicket. Of course, tomorrow, join us as the action continues. 2 games coming your way. The Fire in action against the Morsel Raptors. That's going to be a blockbuster of an encounter. And then later in the day, this Orlando Galaxy team up against the Atlanta Lightning. What's good to hear, though, Aman, is that even though the Orlando Galaxy are going to lose this game and they have an important game against the Lightning tomorrow, they're still pretty animated in the field, trying to ensure that they play cricket the right way. The Fire and the Raptors. Oh, good luck picking a win in that one. 2 top-of-the-table teams.
Yeah, again, that's the matchup tomorrow. That's the one everyone has checked off and circled on their calendars.
That's it, Shabby.
It's the winner of that one. Again, if you're the Fire, you're at 15 points after this win. The Raptors 13 after their win today. The Raptors get a win there. They could basically clinch it going back home to Church Street Park.
Almost crashing into the top of that off stump.
That's it, Beast. That's it. Stay this way. Shabash. Catch him!
Well, goes for the win in one shot. Ridwan Palash. But there is a fielder at that cover boundary. It'll just be 1. He will retain the strike for the next over. With just 2 needed, 104 for 4.
Yeah. Brilliant, Adam. Keep going.
Well, you mentioned the importance of that game tomorrow, where the Atlanta Fire take on the Morrisville Raptors. And you can see with a win here, the Fire will go to 7-2. Of course, they had that one rained-out game against the Lightning. And they'll go to the top of this Southern Division as well on 15 points. Huge results happening for them. First, the Lightning losing, and then being able to handle their business and win. But tomorrow will come the 2 top-of-the-table teams. This is what you want. And I can tell you, Aman, whichever 2 teams come out of this Southern Division, they won't have an easy task facing those Eastern Conference teams also in this Atlantic Division when the playoffs roll around.
Yeah, they'll be facing the New Jersey Stallions or the Manhattan Yorkers, it feels like, out of that division there in the playoffs. So again, all things heating up in the right direction as we come to the tail end of minor league cricket.
Don't write off the Empire State Titans just yet. They're still in with a shout.
Brilliant, Adam. Going.
In the Pacific Conference, on the other side of the country, the Silicon Valley Strikers, the Dallas Mustangs, they've all been strong. The East Bay Blazers picking up a win last weekend against the Strikers. The Seattle Thunderbolts winning today, making things very interesting. But of course, another thing that'll be interesting is when a lot of these players leave for the Caribbean Premier League in a couple weeks' time, that will test the depth of these teams. Raheem Cornwall is one that will lead this Atlanta Fire team. We already see the impact that he has with both bat and ball.
That's it.
Scores are level.
Going to be really interesting when that CPO rolls around.
Beats the outside edge.
Just because, again, Raheem Cornwall has been so good for the Atlanta Fire. They haven't had to use a lot of their resources, been untested, and once he goes, then you have to find pieces to insert.
Another big swing and a miss across the line. Jay Patak looking to go big and go for glory to win this game. Just need one run. The Atlanta Fire, they won't want to roll this over into the next 6 deliveries into the next over. They want to finish it now. Every delivery is so crucial. Net run rate. No ball signal, then that will be it. Anticlimactic way to end the game and this innings by Adam Khan, as the Atlanta Fire march in a dominant manner in a game which has had it all. Fitting way to end with that no ball delivery. But in the end, the most important thing, the Fire winning by some 6 wickets.
Brilliant win for the Atlanta Fire. Much needed win after that Raptors win earlier today. They climb to the top of the table now, moving to 15 points ahead of the Lightning with 14. And again, dominating performance with the bat from Raheem Cornwall once again. 37 from 14 for him. And again, it was just brilliant on display from the Atlanta Fire from the get-go with both sides of the ball.
Yeah, the Orlando Galaxy, a team that struggled for wins in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. The struggle continues, but for the Fire, well, they'll hold their head high, led by the captain Zain Saeed. The way that his team first went about things with the ball in hand, clinical performance by them to restrict the Galaxy for just 105 and then chase it down with 7 overs to spare. It helped their cause in terms of trying to qualify for those final 2 spots in a huge way. Good to see the kids out as well. Children of the Atlanta Fire out in their colors, and they're excited. Well, the batting, 59-run opening stand between Raheem Cornwall and Zain Saeed. Cornwall, boy, has he been hard to stop. Now the leaderboard in terms of 6 hitting for this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. Saeed got off to a good start as well. And all of the top 4 getting starts. Liab Sawaman in the runs, as well as Rishi Pandey, and finished off by Redwan Palash and Jay Pathak. The bowling?
Yeah, everyone in the bowling card just felt the power of Raheem Cornwall. You can see Sumit Serwat starts off expensive, and Hardik Desai doing the same. Matthew Comrie gets his wicket, 4 overs, 29 runs in that wicket. Isuriku Rataje, 4 overs, 28 runs in a wicket. And Adam Khan just gave up 7 runs, but in his 1.4 overs, took a wicket, but ended the game on that no ball. And again, a dominating performance here for the Atlanta Fire.
Well, in the end, the Atlanta Fire winning by 6 wickets inside of the 13 overs, making light work of that chase. A truly enjoyable first 6 overs in terms of the power play. They scored at 14 runs and over. The very first delivery of the innings, Raheem Cornwall picked up right where he left off last weekend and got another substantial score in this tournament to keep him at the top of the leaderboard in terms of the Atlantic Conference. Then Zain Saeed watched from the other end for a while. Watched the carnage of Raheem Cornwall. A man that you can't get it wrong to, because whether it's full, whether it's short, just hits the ball so mightily.
such a hard man to stop. On the ground a couple of times to the left and the right of that middle fielder. Then an outside edge over point. Whatever he did, just turned to gold. And he hit it through cover. It was excellent. Straight back down the ground, so much power, almost a carbon copy of the over. Went through point a couple of times the inside. He struck 4 boundaries in that over. Raheem Cornwall went over long on. And the power of this man, boy, will he be something to stop for all oppositions that meet him going forward in this tournament. Zain Saeed, he joined in on the fun, hitting 4 boundaries in this over. And it allowed a 59-run opening stand to be put on by these two in the middle. Raheem Cornwall, 38 sixes now in this tournament. But that was the wicket. That was his demise. Matthew Comrie, big celebrations when he got the wicket. One hitting the back foot, which would go on to hit the stumps. And they would end a 59-run opening stand. But at that time, the damage was already done. Just 106 on the board. A run out, a couple of stutters here and there for the Fire. Unlucky for Zain Saeed, his bat just stuck in the pitch, which meant that he had to go. But Rishi Pandey played a couple of stylish strokes through cover. And Lieb Saruman also joined in on the fun. 1 through extra cover. And then 1 in the offside. But then Lieb Saruman wasn't very aware. Really disappointed with the mode of dismissal, just wandering out of his crease. Good piece of work by Mital Patel to get him in the end. And then Rishi Pandey playing a couple of extravagant strokes through the offside before he was dismissed. Just caught an extra cover, but other than that, the Fire had already won the game. The top 4 all getting runs, meaning that they win by 6 wickets and defeating the Orlando Galaxy for the 3rd time this season. Alongside me, one of the stars of today, Evroy Dyer, 3 wickets for 14 runs. Evroy, you must be very happy with that performance, not only by you, but by your team.
Yes, I'm very happy. You know, we decided that we'll take it 1 game at a time, and we're training hard, and we know the task at hand. So we just decided we're going to go there, and we're going to play as a team, and we're going to come out on top.
Tell me about the plan. You obviously had the new ball in hand. You know, you guys lost the toss, were asked to bowl first. What was the plan early on, especially in those power play overs when you took early wickets?
Well, the plan was very simple: containment and try to get early wicket as possible. The more dot balls you bowl, then the more chance you will create. So once we bowl that ball and we get the breakthrough at the top 2-3 wickets, then we know that we're in the game, and just to kill the game.
Evroy, you made the switch now from the Atlanta Lightning last year where you picked up 13 wickets at this very venue, now to the Fire. How much have you enjoyed it, and what is it about this venue that you have a knack for picking up wickets?
Well, it's our home game, it's our home field, and we have home crowds and everything. So when we play here, we want to give our 100%. We give 100% everywhere, but when we're home game, we try to go out there and just try to do what we got to do. And we're working hard, training hard. So we just decided to go and let the ball speak for itself, and we just enjoy the game.
Got to ask you about the power of Raheem Cornwall at the top of the order. He's played some fantastic innings in this tournament, leading the Atlantic Conference in terms of the runs. How good has it been just to rub shoulders with him and play cricket alongside him this season?
And it's amazing. It's a joy, you know, just to be in his presence. It's amazing. He's the ball so well, and we learn a lot from him. And he's a cool dude. He's jovial and everything. So we learn a lot from him. All the guys enjoy him, especially the younger guys. So we're gonna lose him in a few weeks, but we just wish him all the best in the CPL and in his career.
3 wickets for 14 runs for Evroy there. Evroy, congrats again. We look forward to seeing you in action again tomorrow morning against the Raptors.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, there it is. Another easy win for the Atlanta Fire, set up by that man with the ball in hand. And it means now that the Atlanta Fire surge to the top of the Southern Division, now on 15 points with 7 wins, just the 2 losses, and that 1 no result. But boy, have they been a special team to watch when they're firing, and now makes things very interesting. The Morrisville Raptors winning also today with just 9 games played so far. Tomorrow, you don't want to miss the action. Bright and early, 10 a.m. The Fire against the Raptors. You just saw the table. You know exactly what it means to playoff qualification. And later in the day, the Atlanta Lightning, after losing 2 games on the trot, must beat the Orlando Galaxy if they want to stay in the hunt for a playoff position. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it has been truly enjoyable to bring the action to you from the Atlanta Cricket Fields. We look forward to seeing you in just hours' time when the action boils down again from the beautiful, picturesque Atlanta.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.